Don't get me started.
Don't get me started. Oh, shut your mouth. Just felt like waving at you. Hello.
We're just constantly testing the lag every week now between end of video and our movement. And it's how long until we move like normal people? Oh, there it is.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, which isn't particularly entertaining, but it amuses us. So there you go.
Waving through a window.
That sounds creepy when Harmstone says it. It's like, are you? I mean, the blinds are shut, so I would hope you can't see anything.
It's from a musical, but not about like someone that's like super creepy and is standing in your backyard. I'm looking at you changing. Yeah, it's nothing like that. Although that would, you know, the Matthew Petty musical. How's it going, everybody? Episode 151. Thank you very much for coming along. We've got a jam-packed show. The shit we couldn't be bothered to do last week. Yeah!
Boom! Well, not even that we couldn't be bothered to do, really. The shit we didn't have time for because we planned / didn't plan too much last week, and now we're just going to let that spill into this week while we're tired post-Super Bowl.
Oh, my goodness me. We are very, very tired. So if partway through I just fall asleep, then that's the reason. Basically, thank you very much for coming in. See lots of people in here. Alita's there. Hannah's here. Hannah's been here for most of the day, in fact, and been over there the weekend, as we know.
Yeah,
so like,
I've seen more of her in this weekend than I think I've seen of her ever before, to be honest with you. So
yeah,
yes.
It's good. It was a great weekend.
Really good weekend.
Really solid. And long may they all continue. We have to do another one of those. The board gamey.
Yeah.
thing.
So on Saturday night we completed the latest installment of the Ticket to Ride Legacy game, and it just does keep getting better and better. It really does. Like I don't know, how do we reach out to these people? What are the Days of Wonder for sponsorship? But like, yeah, we're going to say nice things about your game because we're really thoroughly enjoying it.
Yeah, it is good. And it was just such a funny night. This all feels like very this is happening kind of stuff, doesn't it? Which is good. But yeah, I mean, it's been a great jam-packed weekend, culminating with the Super Bowl, which we all stayed up on this sofa to watch.
With a superb owl.
Yes.
Yeah, even Kerry stayed up. My wife stayed up, and notoriously, she can't stay up through DGMS, let alone like something that happens late at night.
I wasn't there monitoring the people on the sofa because obviously I was sitting there and I was like facing it, and at one point I just had my hood up and I'm just like.
Yeah, I think you seemed the most sleepy of everyone actually. When it came
at the
down
end,
to it.
I did, but yes, yes, we're here now.
Yes.
Yeah, it was great. It was really good. I really enjoyed the Super Bowl. Didn't enjoy Usher. I knew I wasn't gonna like Usher.
Well, yeah, I didn't like Usher in 2000 or whenever the fuck Usher was actually relevant. So I'm definitely not going to like something I didn't like in a time when they were relevant.
Yeah.
Now, when they are not relevant.
It's not like a fine wine, and like I'm like, do you know what? I won't open Usher now. I'll just wait about 4 or 5 years and wait.
And the rest.
Yeah, let it breathe.
Yeah, I mean, his skin didn't let it breathe. Like, that man sweated a lot during that performance. And, you know, I've seen Super Bowl performances where they've been energetic and all over the stage. And, okay, Usher did a little bit of the kind of, you know, Michael Jackson pop and lock kind of stuff. But I don't feel like he ran a marathon or anything, and there's no real justification for a man to sweat that much. I mean, I sweat that much, but when I do that, it's usually because I've run a step or something strenuous.
Yeah.
You know? Not just sung a song.
Honestly, we were saying before we switched it on that there are times when there have been Super Bowl halftime shows where I'm not that fussed about whoever it is. Like, I don't give a fuck that much.
Pretty much every year, actually.
Yeah, most years.
Like,
you go Bruno Mars. Okay, sure.
Yeah, Bruno Mars was good.
Yeah, Bruno Mars was good. But, like, I don't give a fuck. I just, like, okay, cool, I can, like, get on board with it. Even Coldplay, who I don't care that much about, I was kind of down with because I like Adventure of a Lifetime. But there's never someone where I'm
some
like...
kind of weird, cruel twist of fate, I actually tune into the Super Bowl for the actual football rather
Unbelievable.
than the halftime show. I know it's crazy. You know, even this year with the extra opportunities to not give a shit about the game because, you know, we could do Taylor Swift sightings and things. I still gave more of a fuck about the game. Crazily.
Can we please talk about Luda.
As in Ludacris.
Oh.
Luda's his first name, obviously. Chris being his
I didn't know if he was
name.
there. I went off to go to the loo.
He did fuck off, yeah.
Just
so, no, that's enough. That's
I just
enough
stood up and I was just like, I think probably 2 minutes into it. I was
it did seem like, somebody had stomped on his puppy or something. It was like a get-up of outrage. It's like,
yeah.
That's enough of that.
I just couldn't be bothered. I was sitting there and I was just like, the fuck is this? After a while of like, sometimes you're trying to use, I don't know, like the internet or something. You're trying to do something, you click on it and it moves out the way, or you click on something and it doesn't thing. You're like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, a user interface experience that annoys you. And you put up with it for a bit, and you put up with it a bit, and eventually you're like, this is bullshit. Fuck off. Like that. And that moment that you get when you've been trying to do something for a while, anything like that, where you experience that closety moment, that's normally when you're like, fuck this shit, and flip the table and fuck off. And I just had that. I was just like, he was doing all this stuff. It wasn't interesting. The camera work was terrible. The production looked poor. Nothing looked good, and the songs were bad. I'm like, why am I watching this?
Yeah, I think I've actually only ever seen you act like that twice in your life before. The first time was when we were playing Monopoly, and you literally flipped the board because you had enough of it.
Yeah.
And the other was when my childhood friend Smee was being a dick, and so you launched cub pieces at his head.
Oh, yeah, forgotten about that. I always forget about them until you tell me. I wasn't like angry. I was just like super decisive. I just like stood up really abruptly. I didn't like go, well, I've had and like ease myself into it. I'm like,
do the British. Right.
I didn't do that. I just like, well, I would rather
Usher
go to the loo because having a piss was of better quality. Urinating Usher was better than Usher. And that's fucking incredible when you think about it. When you really truly think.
It is a damning indictment, yeah.
That piss is better than Usher.
Yeah. Is Smee's name... Is Smee's actually name, or is he named after the Captain Hook... I can't speak. Captain Hook sidekick? Neither. But you can assume that's the reason, because that's a more interesting reason than the actual reason, if we're being honest. Oi, oi. Club Mad. Haven't seen you in a very long time. Hope
How's
you're
it going?
Anthony was the head of relevance last night. Yes, your neighbour Anthony came up for the game as well. And,
yes,
was integral in pointing out all of Usher's minions that nobody knew who the fuck they were because it was years ago. I'm sure Club Mad gave a fuck about Usher. That seems a kind of Club Mad kind of thing.
I just felt like every 10 seconds when they weren't playing the game was devoted to reminding us that Usher was coming up. And like, now is not the time to advertise it because no one's going to turn off. It's the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
No one's going, do you know what? I've had a quarter. I'll call it a night. So given that, you're going to watch it. You want to advertise that before people watch the Super Bowl, not moments before.
They very much did that.
They did that.
They really, really
did that. You get to the point where you're like, you don't have to keep reminding us. We're here. It's just like, imagine like you went to the theatre to watch, I don't know, Wicked. And then partway through, they just kept saying, coming up soon, more of Wicked. You're like, I'm here. I'm in the theatre. I'm here. You don't have to tell me, coming up soon, the halftime bit, the interval, you can buy drink. I know, I'm here. I'm in the room. You don't have to keep advertising the thing I'm already experiencing. That's what it is. Why do you keep telling me the thing I'm experiencing? I'm here.
It is a little bit like when you go to an American cinema and they keep playing that let's all go to the lobby and get ourselves some snacks. Like, no, I didn't come here for that, actually. I came for the film. That's why I'm here. Or the movie, if you will.
Yeah.
Yeah. What if you forgot? I mean, she makes a good point.
I think it's not unreasonable to be at the beginning, kind of as you're kind of ushering people in. God, I hate myself. You could just have people go, I'm looking forward tonight. And later on, we've got Usher coming along and do a couple of these things. But once you're into the body of the meat and potatoes of the thing, you don't need to keep going on about it. I can't have feeling that...
Especially because it was the same spot. It wasn't even like they had different ways of telling you that Usher was coming up. It was the identical, seemingly AI-generated spot where he had the most perfect cartoon skin and just red light behind him. It's like, coming up at halftime, the Apple Music Usher halftime experience show.
The thing is that it's been sponsored by Apple or whatever, so they are. That's
Apple Music.
Apple Music. So that's what's really been advertised. So rather than what we're missing here is that Apple Music have paid to have that repeated.
Indeed, and I'm quite annoyed that it's no longer the Pepsi halftime show. Obviously, for reasons that anybody who's tuned into the show before will know. I hate Apple and I love Pepsi.
Yes, that's true. But yeah, so we watched it. It was great. And
It was pretty good.
I enjoyed it. Very close.
Better than the halftime show, and in some cases better than the game, were some of the commercials.
Oh, the commercials.
It was in the first half, anyway. They kind of blew their wad with the commercials early in the game, and then by the time the second half came around, it was like, yeah, we saw this one weeks ago.
I did wonder about if you're saying like, okay, we have 30 Super Bowl commercials, and then like every time something happens, we better cut to commercial. So if you keep changing possession thick and fast, you're going to go, well, we better cut to commercial.
That's it. It was a defensive game, so there were more opportunities for a commercial break than there would be on a regular game where you're just driving down the field and a drive takes up.
So you started to see all of the commercials really fast. By the time you got to halfway through, it's like, oh well, we because I also thought, what if you've got a commercial plan for this and they just never get to it? So they've got to have a certain amount of slots that guarantee that they can't.
Well, that's it. There are a certain amount of slots that are guaranteed. Obviously, end of quarters, guaranteed break. 2-minute warning, guaranteed break. You wouldn't really expect a possession to last an entire quarter, so you're going to be all right there. There are timeouts. Each team's got 3 timeouts.
Yeah, so
there are a decent amount naturally, but then when the game was a little bit slow in terms of 3 and out, commercial, they did go like, right, let's get them all in now, quick. Yeah. Every advert break, do all of the ads.
He washed feet.
He washed feet.
Oh my god, the worst advert we've ever seen.
But also the biggest pop of the night for He Washed Feet.
He Washed Feet, which was an advert for Jesus.
The best of the 2 Jesus adverts of the night.
Like, I don't think Jesus needs advertising. He's very popular. And he's dead. It blows my mind.
I mean, how long do you need to advertise something before people know about it? If it hasn't hit home by now,
if Jesus
2024 years later, if he's not, in the forefront of people's minds now, I think he's probably jumped the shark. If we're honest.
I can't help thinking that while he was dicking around Galilee, one of his hopes for the future would be he'd be at one point in a Super Bowl advert. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, it is everybody's ambition to be in a Super Bowl commercial, I guess.
But yeah, it's fucking insane, really, when you think about it. Like, he's walking around, turning small amounts of food into greater amounts of food, or making sure the rivers...
I mean, don't bury the lead. He turned water into wine. Like, that should have got him publicity for the rest of his life and for the subsequent, 2,000 years.
Water into wine is like his first his first album. His first opening album is his Definitely Maybe, as it were. It's like, wow. Who the fuck is this guy? Who the fuck is this guy? Because the wedding at Cana is his first miracle. So, like, before that, he was relatively unknown. He dicked around Galilee and kind of Nazareth and, like, basically hung around. And no one really knew. And he was just a precocious child. And everyone was like, that guy's going to do something. And then, boom, wedding at Cana. And everyone's like, shit me. Shit me, who is this fucking guy? Jesus or Usher. I'd see Jesus at the halftime show. I put
yeah, absolutely.
Or put them together and be Jesus Usher. And kind of like see if I could
Jusher.
Just allied them together.
Jusher.
Boop beep, boop beep. Yeah. But yeah, there's a whole bit about because they've got this kind of foundation for Jesus.
Yeah, that he gets us.
He gets us.
Yeah. But the thing is, as far as Jesus adverts go, and I don't give a shit either way personally, but the rest of it was fairly. Progressive. It was like, mixing of...
You're talking about the insurance company?
Yes. No, the rest of the advert was like, there was pictures of outside an abortion clinic, and then there was like a priest washing the feet of like a gay person, and the whole mixing of religion and modern ideals and shit that notoriously religious people have a go at because they're cunts. And so it went through all of that, and the punchline that they delivered was Jesus didn't do hate or something.
Yeah, didn't teach hate.
Yeah, Jesus didn't teach hate. Pause for effect. He washed feet. And something else happened after that, but we fucking lost our shit.
Died
did
laughing.
Not see anything else. It was
that staccato paused he washed feet that we lost that because there's lots of images of various people washing someone's feet.
Yeah, and we're like, okay, where's this going? Like,
you're washing feet, you're washing feet, just to teach us that he washed feet, and like that is a very small part of Jesus' ministry, really.
Yeah, I mean, there's an underlying message there that is definitely being lost by you diminishing it as just he washed feet.
If you want to show off how good he is, like washing feet isn't even one of the best things he ever did. He brought Lazarus back from the dead. Lazarus was dead, and he brought him back. That was his big one. That's the one everyone was like, fuck me. He raised someone from the dead, and you want to focus on the feet washing bit? Fuck me. It was super dramatic. It was so dramatic.
It was the most dramatic thing that happened all night. It really was. It was massive, massive drama.
So, yeah. The adverts at the... there were some really good... I'm glad we got to see them because historically they sometimes like not shown us.
Yeah, it depends on where we're watching it.
But they made a big deal this year on DAZN or whatever.
Yeah, it's supposed to be DAZN, but then I watched their own advertising and then they were like DAZN.com. I'm like, no,
really?
You literally named it DAZN, so it sounded like DAZN. What's
like
the point
in
of
the
zone?
zone?
Yeah, like in DAZN. Like that was the name of it.
I have wondered about it.
There was one of the like major rappers was like half of the major investor that started it years ago because it was just DAZN was just boxing. It was like a boxing pay-per-view channel, and then they expanded into other sports, and now they've got the NFL rights in the UK and various other countries. But it's like it's DAZN, as in you're in DAZN.
Yeah,
and now they're like DAZN.com. I'm like, okay, were people actually just typing DAZN?
Like nobody, it's
bizarre marketing.
One of these things about marketing is that you shouldn't have something which confuses your audience when you read it. So if you read it and you're like, what? How do I say that? Do I say that like that? You know, fucking hell. DAZN in DAZN. I feel like washing feet is less a miracle. No, of course it's not a miracle. Listen, it depends whose feet you're washing.
I mean, if you managed to get me to wash someone's feet, that would be a miracle.
It would be a miracle. I know. I mean, obviously, I'm very, very well aware, but the joke, such as it is, doesn't work if you compare apples with apples. Basically, I am attempting to draw ridiculousness out of it. But yeah,
to juxtapose, if you will.
Yeah, exactly, precisely.
Feet are wrong.
Feet are wrong.
Oh, man.
That's your philosophy.
It is.
But, yeah. I mean, obviously the point of the advert was to show kind of like, not only did he did the opposite of hate, which is love. And you can't show love any better than washing someone's feet, especially the feet of someone you don't like very much. Imagine someone that you don't like, and just wash their feet. And you're like, I wouldn't do that. No, you wouldn't, because you're not as good as Jesus, but Jesus would have done it. Oh my God. I don't understand the point of this thing. Like, are you trying to get more people to be Christians?
I think the idea was to... I don't really get it. Was it appealing to Christians to tell them to stop hating on people because they're doing that a lot? Was it to try and recruit hateful people into Christianity because that's...
Who is this aimed at? And is it converting people?
Because let me tell you, all of the people who are doing all of that hate stuff, like being homophobic and transphobic and like...
general cuntitude.
Yeah, all of that kind of right-wing bullshit. They're not going to just watch an advert and be like, oh yeah, you're right.
I'll change my ways.
I should stop persecuting Jews and wash some feet instead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your advert has touched me in ways that nothing else has. It's just not going to happen. It's very... strange marketing.
It's like many of these marketing things, like if you're not on board already, it ain't going to do it.
Yeah.
So,
like no manner of Apple advert is going to get me to buy an iPhone. It's just not going to happen.
Maybe it's for people who are like floating voters, you know, who like haven't yet made a decision whether they want to be racist and homophobic or not, and they're like, I can be swayed over either way, and I'm on the fence, and I want to be a bit of a cunt about it.
Hug or hate.
I'm not too sure. And then they see that thing, and they're like, do you know what?
I'm going to wash some feet.
I'm going to wash some feet. Anyway.
So bizarre. But it got us talking. You know, maybe that's the point.
Maybe that is the point.
Maybe the point is to have us talking.
He's done it again.
We've said Jesus and feet more times
Another miracle.
in this last 10 minutes than we have in our entire lives. So
he's not even alive anymore, and he's managed to get us talking. God damn it, Jesus.
The original
done it again.
fetishist, Jesus H. Christ.
He's done it. They said he couldn't do it. What a guy.
And that is truly the other miracle. Shall we go into a segment?
Yeah, go for it.
What one would you like to go into? Shall we do a...
it feels like we're kind of in it.
We're kind of in it already, yeah.
Continue it and finish it.
So we'll continue it. We'll, I suppose, listen to some things that they've done and get on with life in the segment that we like to call This Is Happening.
In a world filled with haps and naps, two men have risen above to bring you This Is Happening.
Obviously, things that have happened most recently, we talked about playing amazing board games and watching amazing shit on TV. I drank some amazing margarita because, I mean, actually, when I think about it, it's interesting because we actually got to meet Anthony, who has been the subject of many bits on this, you know, because he's got the dogs and he put his bin sticker on the wrong way up. So instead of a 3, it says E. And he has been the subject of various bits and pieces, but you got to meet him last night. So he brought up he said to me, let's make some margaritas. So one of the things last night is like, he was really eager to make margaritas. So I got my margarita maker from upstairs and just went, okay, let's make some margaritas. Even though I was like massively up for like drinking last night, he brought up all the alcohol. And then he said to me, and I said, okay, let's work out. I was trying to work out how much to put in of his gift of like tequila. And I thought, okay, well, we need 1 part tequila to half part triple second, half part lime. So I'm like, well, I might have one.
And snatched it out of your hand and poured
it. Just poured it in. He's just like, no, fucking pour it all in. Pour it, get it in there. Don't fuck about. And I'm like, okay, let's just not fuck about. So yeah, it was really cool. Basically. And in a week, I'm trying to think of the other things that have happened really, but I'm too fucking tired. So let's find out what they did.
Yeah, so the early nap that came in, the premature inapulation, if you will. Will has a cold.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, there are colds going around and all that kind of shit. It's very coldy, and just don't give it to me is really the moral of this story.
Yes.
I don't want your fucking cold.
Yes, I understand. That is true. What else is there anything above where we're looking at now?
There is not.
No. Good. Yes, nap. It's my nap and it's Aletha's nap. Is that the Wi-Fi extender, which extends it from there into the back, has been broken all week. We went away and I switched everything off at the plug because I don't want the plugs using electricity,
Makes
obviously.
sense.
So I switched everything off. And when you come back, you switch it all back on again. I mean, I don't know. It probably doesn't need explaining.
Turn things off, turn them back on. Got
Correct.
It. With you. Following.
And ever since then, the extender does not do it properly. I mean, it won't. The internet now won't reach where we were before. And sometimes it has a problem with this if you do this. It kind of takes a few weeks to kind of wake up again, which it shouldn't because it's just a device.
Yeah.
And it has an on and off thing. For some reason, it's like, nah, can't be bothered, shan't. And I'm like, I don't know what to do about it, basically.
I have the same brand of Wi-Fi extender as you. And I have to, every now and again, turn the other end, the receiver end of it, on and off again to make it work again. Otherwise, it just doesn't let internet through. It's very strange.
It's so temperamental. I partly want to
throw it in the sea.
Yeah, and just get a new one and just get a different one from a different company because I have found there's been a constant bother of that fucking thing. It just never just works. There's so many things in my life which, like, you switch them on and they just work. Like the Switch, for example, I put it in the thing. I click the buttons on it. It appears on my TV instantly. It knows what it's doing. It goes, oh, you switched me on. Did you want to play No Man's Sky? And I'm like, yeah, I do. And it goes, how about now? And I go, oh, cool. Yes. And we just fucking works. But the extender just goes, yeah, I'm not,
What day is it?
I'm not too sure.
I need to check my schedule and see whether I can
be
an
when,
extender
like,
right now.
Computer cartridges won't work. You blow them, and you have to do a little ritual to make the thing work. Yeah. And one of the things at school, sometimes you put coins in the vending machine. I don't know if you ever did this with coins in the vending machine, but like sometimes you put like 50p in to buy yourself, I don't know, a fucking Caramac or something like that. And you put it in and it will come all the way through to the bottom. You're like,
rest in peace, Caramac.
That's weird. Why did it come all the way through? So you put it in again, it's chunk and falls into the tray. And so some people would like give it a spin. I don't know if you ever did that.
Oh, yeah, no. Most people would just take it and like scratch it on the side of the machine and
right.
Put it in or something.
Oh, right.
Like that.
So, but you know what I mean? You have a little ritual to make the thing work, which should just naturally work. When it eventually works, you're like, well, what made it? You telling me that, like, honestly, they rest it in the little coin slot like that, and then they like that, and it would send it spinning into the thing, and then it would go chong chong chong, and everyone like looks like they're the Fonz at their friends, like. And technology shouldn't need a special little thing in order to make it work. It either is binary, right? You either switch it on or you switch it off. The coin goes in or the coin doesn't go in. So I don't understand how to make you. I'm talking to you, you fucking cunt. God, I'm so sorry. I got so stressed out. Fucking looking at me with your 3 fucking green. I know you look like you're working. You're not. Oh God, I hate it so much. I'm so close to wrenching it out the fucking wall. I'm getting so angry. But yeah, your days are fucking numbered. But I don't want to spend more money on it. I definitely don't want to spend.
It's not like Wi-Fi extended shit is cheap, is it?
No, I kind of want to talk to TP Link, which is I think the guys that make it, and go like, "Hi, I've had it for a while and it kind of works, but that's not a ringing fucking indictment. So would you mind telling me how to make it work?"
Well,
because
they've got a new style of one now, so they'll probably just suggest you buy the new one.
I think I might have to buy one that isn't TP Link. I think TP Link can get in the fucking sea.
Well, put a pin in that. We'll return to that very, very shortly, I'm sure.
So we're very annoyed. There's nothing more annoying, I think, than fucking internet just isn't working as intended.
Tech that does not work. Yeah. Hannah, your niece, was on board with the weekend as well.
This whole weekend. Yeah, it has been great. And I think what this is for, and not like Hannah was unaware of this, although she did get a lot of exposure to just hanging out with us and seeing the kind of thing it is. And I just think it's interesting, really, because I think she was, when we played that game the other night, and we played a second game at like 10:30, she said, like, I thought it would get to 10:30 and we just kind of, everyone go home. We're like, up for another one? And she was just like, really thrown.
She was already starting to get up as
she thought that would be the end.
No, that's it, actually. We're like, yeah, of course we fucking will.
Yeah, right? We smash. And this is interesting because I think you don't really know how people live and how they enjoy their time.
How the other half live.
Yeah, until you fucking start seeing it. So I think that's good. So hopefully we can. It was a very good guacamole. Oh, I was talking about Anthony. Yeah, that was good guac.
Anthony's
I really enjoyed
guacamole. Yeah. The reason that Anthony had to rescue the guacamole surprisingly hasn't come up as a nap for Alethea. Maybe we'll give her time to type that in on her now dodgy hands.
But yes, Hannah came down, had a great time. Watched everything was really cool. We went out for food. We hung around, had stuff to drink. Came over to you. Watched the Super Bowl, chatted. It was great. It was really cool. So, yeah, I'll have another one of those, I think.
Now, I'm going to feel a little bit vindicated and generally smug about this next one, even though it is pretty nap. I can't find it now.
Is it the one about the rice? The rice came out absolutely fucked.
Nap, says Aletha. My rice came out absolutely fucked. Well, Aletha, of course it did, because nobody can cook rice.
That's not true.
And that's why microwave rice exists. If you'd have put it in the microwave, it would have come out perfect. But you thought you could cook rice, and you were wrong. Nobody can cook rice. Nobody can cook rice. Yeah, my rice is actually over there. I'm going to eat some in a bit. In fact, can we wrap this up? I'm hungry. No. Though I think the rice is fine, but her rice in previous occasions making the thing has been really, really good. So she's got a high standard of rice. If you believe that. It may also be that, I don't know if Aletha does this, but Karis does this, is if she fucks up cooking something, she will have the most fucked of it and then give the I do that as well. I don't want other people to the other person. So you may have got the good rice. All these rice bits all the way around the edge of it. This is such a fucking niche. It's such an English thing. I don't even know how many people know what the fuck I'm doing. Yeah. You do, obviously. I do, because my mother watched it relentlessly. And Tamsin does. I hated it. I thought it was good. Nat fucking did a millennial slice on myself, didn't I? Is that what it's called? But yeah, it's actually got a name. Alisa cut herself whilst making guacamole out of avocado. Destoning an avocado. Yeah. The avocado stoned her instead. Yeah. Grabbed the knife up and stabbed her, shivved her. But it was, it was great guac, and he took over and he made it, and I just kept eating like this in the fridge. So I might have some more actually. I thought it was really good. I don't know, I made it up there. Make the millennial slice. It sounds like it should be in a rap. I feel like that should be the name. if it isn't already. Get that shit in Urban Dictionary now.
Millennial
slice, when you slice open your finger, making something with an
pretentious.
avocado. Yeah.
Secret ingredient in the guac was blood. Yeah.
I mean, I didn't eat guacamole because guacamole is shit. Regardless of who makes it and how much blood is in it.
You just don't like some of these things. You know,
I
like
just really
guacamole.
don't like guacamole, can't stand it. I mean, I don't like, citrusy type things very much in general. So, it's pretty, what is it, lime in guac?
You do have lime in there.
Yeah.
You put lemon in it, but one of those two will go into it.
Just the consistency of guac, it's just like, it makes my mouth go funny.
I love it.
Yeah,
I'm a fan. We missed any of the other things. Lots of happy things, though.
I do think that's about it. Yeah,
that's a wrap.
Yeah, there's some excellent puns that we will revisit during the putting of TP Link in the sea. But
TP Link, you are fucking going in that thing. Oh God, I hate you so much. I just don't understand I would like to find. I think if someone can give me a solution that definitely works, I'd probably go for it.
I mean, the solution that definitely works is a cable.
Yeah, I don't have to. Do you know, I took the cable down. I don't know if you mentioned this. Like my cable, because I haven't, effectively stopped streaming on those Thursday nights, and this is the only one that I do. I don't need that back room to set up like a studio anymore, which means that I don't need that thing that ran all the way over the door cleverly. So I just taken it all out. So there's no reason to do it. So I don't really want to put it back up again. But
yeah, Studio B has been retired.
It has. But the good thing about Studio B being retired is that then I can use it for other things.
Like a normal room.
Like a normal room, which I'm really looking forward to. So I've looked around that room, and if you've ever been in that room, obviously, it's got the Kallax that was behind me the whole time. And now I'm like, I don't really need that Kallax anymore because there's no need for it. And the two bookcases that were also in view have a load of books that I'm probably never going to read. So I'm probably going to get rid of those books. Which I don't need those. Those are my brother's old bookcases. And I don't really need them either because they're very tired and old, and they've been used for 15 years or something like that.
They've
over
been
20
from
years,
house to house to house,
and
moved around.
And the back bits, which are pinned in with these tiny kind of little tacks, you know what I mean, that you get are falling off and busting out and stuff like that. So all of that can go, and I'm kind of sort of looking forward to making that room more of a kind of, I can set up a table in there permanently for board games or role-playing games and put a load of chairs around it, and you could eat off it like a dining room rather than just eating on.
Whoa! We're going to sit around the table?
Yeah, well...
Who even is this guy?
I know.
Honestly.
But, yes. Do you know, I think BT or Sky, I can't remember, do like a kind of a special connecty thing naturally when you buy their Wi-Fi.
Yeah, don't go with either of those people.
That's why I brought it up.
Yeah. No, if you're going to change your internet provider to make your internet better, allow me to hook you up with what are they called? Forgotten what they're called. The people I'm with. It's a great name.
I really want to know who this is. Talk about holding back.
U-Fiber. That's it. It came to me. Yeah. Because their Wi-Fi stuff is based around Eero, which is made by Amazon.
Okay.
And so you just link it all together with Amazon shit. So if you get an Amazon speaker, that acts as a Wi-Fi extender naturally.
I have to say,
all that kind of shit.
I'm holding out for an Eero.
Yeah, that had the silent treatment that it was deserved, really. Yeah.
You can be my Eero, baby.
Pause for effect. He washed feet.
And then an Eero comes along. That was a comedy handbrake. Shut your mouth. I bet you laughed. I bet you fucking laughed. My brain was just come on, Alex. Which one of these many hero-related...
I mean, I don't know what my face did, but I get the feeling that there is probably a new GIF in there that Harmstone can pull out of my reaction to that. I felt it was a look of disgust.
Oh.
Yeah, we'll go back and look. Yeah.
I mean, I actually was talking to Alethea the other day about how I want to get
rid of all of that.
Oh yeah, I do actually, but that's a whole other thing. But I do want to get rid of all of that. You're absolutely right. The router, the router, as some people say, which we have through Now TV. Once it was working and I was successfully streaming, I had this kind of I don't want to change this. Nobody touch anything. Do you know what I mean? When your stuff is how you want it, you don't, especially when you're streaming and it's working and people are seeing
you just want the consistency more than anything else. Even if it isn't of the highest quality, you'll take consistent over that. Yeah.
Don't fuck it up. Yeah. But now I don't need to push that into the back there. So, like, for anything more than Netflix or something like that, and we're always in here, then I can change it. But I don't know what to change from Now TV because they're like, we're going to take all this money out of your account. I'm like, I'm out of contract, so I can go with someone new.
Yeah, no, go with UFiber for sure.
Okay.
I'll hook you up. It's the fiber optic shit, and they've been pushing it really hard, so the speed will be better. Like, I know what your speeds are because obviously I monitor them for the show, and you can be getting a bunch of shit. Yeah.
Wall mount the router in the hall.
You can put it wherever the fuck you want. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, the thing about this is it's got to connect to a phone line, right?
Yeah.
And the phone line is there.
It'll be a different phone line.
Or in the back.
Anyway, though, so... Like, they will run a new cable into your house, the new fiber optic cable, so it'll be wherever you want it, basically.
But, like, normally when they come in and put things in, they go, so where's your thing there? And they point at that, and they go, oh, yeah, we'll stick it in there.
Yeah, you can just say, I don't want it there.
Right.
Especially if you wanted it in the back room, because that's a back wall, right? That's an outside wall on that end.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could just put it there.
But the thing about that is it's potentially going to make it harder for this. If we can put it in the... Anyway, I should say, probably don't need to discuss this now, but I am enjoying it. So there you go. Yeah, in the hall would be really great.
Yeah. And this is Wi-Fi with Jez, yes. Yes. You should all get UFiber, and you should all get a code from me whereby I will get free Wi-Fi and you will get money off and shit.
Is it like a pyramid scheme?
No, it's like a hexagon scheme, because a hexagon's a much nicer shape than a pyramid.
Right. Evening, Dr. Fruitbat. I was using the Bambi earlier today, which is the
Bambi.
The shortened versions of the Bambino.
Okay, right. Yeah.
Well, obviously, I brought it up for that express reaction. We're talking about
that espresso reaction.
Wi-Fi with promo code hashtag we Wi-Fi feet. The big SB, yeah. Sage Bambino. Yeah, I used a Bambi and referred to it as Bambi in front of Hannah, much to her confusion and annoyance, just so I could say that I did it. I want better Wi-Fi. My contract ends in July. I'll pester Jez then.
Gather round, children. Allow me to improve your internet lives while also making myself free monthly
Smash
internet.
that like button.
Yeah. Yeah. But seriously, call me.
Yeah, so Nat, my fucking stuff. Don't worry. Your days are fucking numbered, and so are yours. I'm looking at you now, router.
You now TV.
Yeah. Now TV is like on fucking borrowed time, basically. What have I done? What have I wrought?
You have created a monster.
Yes. Dr. Fruitbat, you've done it.
Creator of shit.
Legacy
acronyms.
Aspects to the show. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Shall we move on? Because I feel like...
Yes, we should move on. Yes. And I'm going to choose the segment because I would like to choose the segment.
Can I say I have a present for you?
Oh.
Can we have a little segment where I just give you something?
Okay. I mean, we don't have a sting for that, but I'm not going to say no to a present.
Yeah,
so,
you will, though, by the way. But
will
it's
I?
one of these stupid things that you'll be like, oh, the fuck. But you might enjoy it for a little bit.
Well, now I don't know if I want it or not.
Well, you're going to get it. And then
you're going to get it.
If you don't want it anymore, you can do with it whatever you want.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Right? Because it'll be yours. And I will take no offense whatever you do with it.
Excellent.
Okay. So there's lots of fun to have with it.
Okay. In that case, let us immediately launch into the segment that we like to call Jez Gets a Gift. And this is where we'd play a sting. If we had one!
Oh, Jez gets a gift.
Long may it continue.
Right. Well, I'll tell you what, Jez. In the interest of cleaning out Studio B...
Oh, yeah?
Just was going through stuff, and I was looking at some books, and I found a book, and I'm like, oh, I could throw this away. Or I could give it to, more recently, I'd give it to a charity shop or something like that. And I thought, no, this book should be yours. I don't know if it's come up before, but I'm like, this book should now be yours, as will quickly become apparent why.
Okay. I'm very intrigued. I don't know what book it could possibly be. I have been the recipient of an Alex book in the past, and I kept those because I wanted them. It was like Sun Tzu's The Art of War and shit.
Here you go.
Oh.
I'd have to show.
This is
I'll show it to the.
Yeah, please do.
You can talk about
Yeah, the Ladybird book. How it works. The dog. Let me tell you, this should be a very short book because they don't. They are all broken. They all lack in function.
Bumper book of dogs, hurrah!
Okay. Well, I know we're immediately going to re-gift this to.
Oh, that's good.
To people who actually, like.
By the way,
dogs.
this was a gift that I got from Letha's family a couple of Christmases ago when we played like Yankee Swap, which is
unironically.
Yeah.
They gave you this thinking you would actually like it.
It was the best of bad options. Sorry. It was no, I'm not gonna. Not sorry. What we were doing was there was a lot of these Ladybird books, and you kind of do this thing where you unwrap something, and then somebody else can choose to take a gift from you or unwrap something new, and everything just kind of gets swapped around, and no one's happy. Everyone's compromising it. It is kind of dumb. It's got some funny shit in it though, because
it does look like it's got some funny shit in it. Yeah. I mean, this opening line for a start. This is just stupid. Listen to this. The dog is often called man's best friend. Lol.
It is.
I mean, have they not had pizza before?
Oh man,
pizza is man's best friend.
Yeah.
Like you can't eat a dog.
Can't call pizza over. There's some over there on the side.
Come on, pizza.
Pizza.
Come on, pizza.
Pizza.
Yeah. And I don't know if they think this is a selling point, and it is fairly accurate. They also smell like a bobble hat full of corned beef that has been left on the parcel shelf of a lot car for a fortnight during a hot spell. I mean, yes, they do. You're kind of preaching to the choir here. Are you telling me that people like that? It's very, very strange.
But you can. I thought we might get at least 2 minutes of you reading or looking at it in disbelief. But like I say, this book was going to go to a charity shop.
Well,
you can do what you want with it.
I think your previous assertion of landfill was probably the better idea. But landfill, Tamsin, same thing, really, isn't it? Yeah. I'm just looking out for some other gems in this.
There's one at the end where
Siobhan only buys Columbo the best food. It is grain-free, single-protein, holistic, hypoallergenic, and certified organic. You love it, don't you, boy? Says Siobhan. Columbo does love the food, but he would be just as happy to eat his own sick. Ain't that the truth?
It's quite funny.
Yeah. This is fairly derogatory towards dogs.
It is actually.
So I'm enjoying it.
Can't spell derogatory without dog.
Yeah. Offer him to swap for the calendar.
Oh yeah, do you want the calendar instead? I'd have to go and get it. It's in the other room.
Is it a dog calendar?
It is not. It may have come up before, but it is not a dog calendar.
I mean, you're trying to get rid of shit, so can't I just have both?
Of course you can.
Okay, let's do that
again.
It's now time for the continuation of the segment that we like to call Jez Gets a Gift. And this is where we'd play a sting. If we had one! This is the greatest day ever. I love getting gifts, even if they're shit ones like this is. Now I'm getting a calendar.
I should say...
Is it this year's calendar?
Yeah, I have to say, this calendar is it's not this year. You're not... Maybe it'll come round again, but this is the thing you...
Right.
Let's show this on. I don't think they'll see it, but they might see it from there.
I think you can see from there. Pooping Cats.
Pooping Cats 2021, yeah.
2021, wow. Wow, you took a long time to decide you didn't want this anymore.
I forgot I had it, to be honest.
I mean, at least this one really does do what it says on the tin.
Pooping Cats. I think I might have brought it up one. You can keep that one. Do you not want Pooping Cats?
I mean... How have they managed to capture so many cats in the act? That's the question. And
following cats around until they have a shit.
Each cat is labelled as being from a different town. So Kappa here, as he pops a cap in the ground, is from Webster, Texas. Whereas Jazz, with a particularly impressive shit, I think we need a close up of that one.
Oh my god, that's fucking horrible.
That's particularly impressive. Jazz is from Lancaster, Ohio. I mean, there's probably nothing better to do than take a massive dump in somewhere that you've named after Lancaster, but still, honestly. So the thing is, people have obviously solicited these images of cats taking shits.
Factor?
And now, so there are
Badger.
not Badger, Bagda.
Bagda.
Pop a Bagda in your ass. Yeah, I
Here, Bagda.
yeah.
This is genuinely vile.
People have paid money to solicit these pictures of cats shitting so that they can put them into a product to sell, and then people have bought it. Some unironically, I'm sure.
And someone gave it to me. They were both in the same Yankee swap.
Most of them are just cats in litter trays, and you can't see anything. And I'm like, okay, cute cat, fine.
This is genuinely
you know
vile.
what he's doing, but you can kind of overlook it. But yeah, Jazz, obviously, there's no ambiguity there. There is a massive turd coming out of his ass.
Now, I presume you don't really want this. Should we throw it away in the bin immediately?
I think we can probably... Yeah, let me just double check that there isn't anything better at the end. Casper's from Liverpool. He's enjoying his litter tray there as well. That's from... Okay, you're repeating now. That's from the front cover. But that's Blackberry from Baltimore, Maryland. He's seen some shit. He was an extra on The Wire. Yeah.
Good morning, Baltimore.
I think that can go directly into the bin.
Okay, I'll put it in the bin.
Yeah. Recycle, please, says Tamsin. Yeah. Okay, back to the dog book then, and then we'll move on to another segment. I just want to see if there's anything more hilarious in this, really.
I did quite enjoy this one real, I think probably right at the very back where there's a policeman and a dog, I think.
Yeah,
it's the very last
some
one.
of this is triggering, like it attacking a child's toy and not giving it back, and then the child is crying. Been there a few times. George Harrison, one of the Beatles, was a devout Hindu. Hindus believe in reincarnation, that they will come back to life in another form. So this might be George Harrison. If so, George Harrison likes the ball. Jesus. Dog. There's another dog. There's two dogs. Oh, fucking hell. Ali and Joe's babies are called Bubble and Squeak. They have booties, jumpers, and bow ties, and at their joint birthday party, they both wore tiaras. Ali and Joe go to church every Sunday because they hope to get Bubble and Squeak into a Catholic obedience school.
That's good. I really want that book now. Well, this one, well...
You really... Tamsin, let me tell you, it is yours.
I was going to say, he won't
yours.
deny you.
Yeah. I'm not even going to try and barter for it. I could probably get some rum for it or something like that, but, I'm just going to give it to you.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Here's the policeman one. Dora's big dog, Pugwash, has frightened a little girl at the park. Pugwash would not frighten anyone, says Dora. The little girl was frightened, says the policeman. Well, he never frightens me, says Dora. The policeman can see in Dora's eyes that the case is closed.
That's my favourite one in it. This is my favourite one. Oh dear. Hope you've enjoyed this segment called You Read a Fucking Book.
It is.
Do more of it.
That was the segment that we like to call Jez reads a fucking book that he didn't want.
Yes.
And this is where we'd play a sting. If we had one!
It's cool because Tamsin can have the book. Yeah. Which means it's going to go to a very good home.
A VGH.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
You can clutter up someone else's house.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I'm glad that you're having a clear out. I've determined that I need to have a clear out in my house as well. Because it was pointed out to me the other day that there's a massive crack in my ceiling where I have too much crap in the loft.
Oh, really?
Yes. So I'm going to have to go up there and actually eat some of the shit I've hoarded for the last, 21 years of my life.
Yeah, I just want to make that back room. I want to make lots of the rooms better than they are, basically, because I like the flat and I want to just make it good. And now that I'm not streaming in that, and even if I did start to stream again, I'll probably just stream from in here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
I want to play video games, I'll just play them on there and just.
It'd certainly be a lot easier to set up for you now, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Like when you started streaming, the part of being in there was on the basis that you had a desktop computer and it needed to live on a desk somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Laptop up now. So
yeah, it's all cool. So what segment do you want to go to now?
See, and now I would like to, and it does segue quite nicely, from the controversial opinion that dogs are shit. We'll just generally talk about some controversial opinions, shall we?
Yes, let's.
Controversial opinions, we hear them every day. You think you know best, no one cares what you say.
The dulcet tones of Rooster Beast.
Rooster Beast, everybody's favourite crossword answer from last week. Now, I have 8 controversial opinions.
Oh, do you?
Yes, I've given you 4, and I have 4.
Wow, I've got loads.
Like, look how organised this is.
Shit, me, you're amazing.
On our separate clipboards, they have already been distributed.
While I was sleeping.
One of these controversial opinions is mine.
Oh, how exciting!
I just came up with it to get today, and I'm like, is that controversial? Don't care. I will share it and tell people.
I wonder if it's on my board, everybody.
It's not.
Put it on his own. Okay, there enough.
I have specifically given you ones that will trigger me, and me ones that will trigger you on the most part. So there you go. But you can go first.
Okay.
But before you do, what is controversial opinions for anybody who's tuning in for the first time?
Do you know, sometimes people love to air, much like Rooster Beast has told us in that opening sting, their opinions where they believe that they're in the minority and going against the flow of what everybody thinks. So most people would think, we were talking about, I think it was tomato ketchup, and that, you know, often divisive ideas. Should it go in the fridge? Should it go in the right place, the cupboard? And it is what it says. I think it's fair to say. Controversial opinion: my cat is better than your cat.
My cat's shit is longer than your cat's shit.
Fucking hell.
As evidenced by this calendar.
Well, speaking of cats, here's a controversial opinion. Why are people so averse to disturbing a cat that's asleep on them? So what if you wake it up? It's not going to have trouble getting back to sleep again. Sleeping's their thing. I mean,
it's a fair point, actually.
I don't know. Do people worry about cats?
I mean, there is the trope of, can't get up. You know, I've got a cat on me, I can't get up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I would say it must be nice to actually have a cat that wants to sleep on you.
I know, because your cats don't.
My cats aren't. My cats don't. They're fucking cunts.
One of them just runs around and hisses and just wants food, and the other one dribbles on you.
Correct. But won't sit down. Will stand on you and be like, stroke me and stuff.
Yeah.
And will dribble.
But it won't kind of like nuzzle in.
No, it won't sit down. Won't chill out. Just, yeah. Weirdest cats, apparently.
I don't think it's necessarily super controversial, but I guess there are a lot of people like, oh, just got him to sleep. Like he's like a cat baby. And it's like, no, just, oh, God, I need to go to the loo, but the cat's on me. Just get the fucking cat off. Like you say, the cat will fall asleep somewhere else, or be back again.
Yeah. I actually, there have been days where my cat has woken me up in the middle of the night because it wants food. And so I will spend the day systematically waking it up every time I see it. And yeah, he does just go back to sleep immediately. I'm like, wake up, you cunt! If I don't get to sleep, you don't get to sleep. And he's just like, oh, you woke me up. Okay. I'll go back to sleep then. They don't give a shit. Yeah.
I have to say, reading the rest of these ones, they're really fun. Really good. I'm really quite enjoying them.
Third option about the ketchup, says Harmstone. This is an interesting one. It stays on the counter.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it could stay on the counter.
That's actually where I keep mine now, because I bought one of those, you know, like you go to a steak pub, and you've got those like caddies where all the sauces are, and there's on the table. I bought one of those.
Oh, cool.
And that's where all my sauces are. Not on the fridge, not in the cupboard, but in the sauce caddy. And you can't fit that in the fridge, ergo proving the ketchup doesn't go in the fridge.
Ketchup in the fridge.
Yeah. So bizarre. Why would you do it?
I don't know. Did you want me to go through all these, or do you want to go back and forth?
Shall we go back and forth?
Let's go back and forth.
Let's go back and forth. I'll save my specific one for the end.
You're going to save the best to last.
I will save the best to last.
Sometimes the sun comes down and snow comes down in June.
Better fucking not. I've had enough of this fucking cold weather already.
Sometimes the sun goes around the moon. Just saying.
Doesn't it always do that?
No.
Isn't that? Oh, no. Oh, I see. No, it's the other way around, isn't it? But the moon does go around the sun. That's the bit that confuses me. Okay. No horse chomps at the bit. They champ. Similarly,
True.
The proof is never in the pudding. It's in the eating.
Oh, I love this person.
Thanks for coming to my pedantic TED Talk.
Who said all this? I love you.
Don't know who they are, but...
There's nothing controversial about that. Both those statements are true.
Well, hang on a second, because while it might be accurate, and you know how I do love the accuracy...
Yeah, you must dig this shit.
What the fuck does champ mean? Chomp what makes sense, at least.
I know. It's just a word for it.
It's in your mouth. You chomp
You're
it.
chomping it, yeah.
And
the bit
and
is
the
in
bit
your mouth.
is in the mouth,
So
and you will
chomp.
chomp it. Yeah. And especially if you're trying to move forward, you try and bite through it to escape.
Yeah.
So, like, what does champ even mean? That's fucking stupid.
Well, I did look into it at one point, but that information is long since forgotten, other than just to find out that that was it. But yes, champ at the bit. To champ at the bit. To be eager. I mean, I don't care that much, I suppose, really, about it.
That's not true.
I'm with you. Alita and I had this argument at one point. It wasn't an argument, but like, I would say it, and then
it was
she
a heated
corrected
discussion
me.
in which she punched you in the face, and then you clotheslined her.
Yeah. Nice. I got the avocado. Said to the avocado, "Fuck her up for me," and he was like, "Yeah, I can't tell you because I don't know why it's champ and not chomp. It just is, and it's as I hear, you can probably do both, but you can't do both. Use champ is the answer. But the other one, what's it say?
The proof is never in the pudding; it's in the eating.
So my friend Tanya at work, when I was at breaks, had a friend of mine called Tanya, and she hated, her most hated phrase was the proof is in the pudding. And I'd say the proof is in the pudding, Tanya. She's like, no, it's not. The proof of the pudding is in the eating. The phrase is not the proof is in the pudding. So once she told me that, of course, I said it all the time. And so I said, proof is in the pudding. About literally everything, like whether our Excel formulas would...
Whether there was any proof involved at all,
it's like,
or pudding, or neither, or both.
The proof is in the pudding, Tanya. And the other day, I was over Christmas, there's probably some Christmas puddings out, something like that, and it said the proof is in the pudding. That's one of the signs in Morrison's. I took a photo of it. I haven't spoken to Tanya for like 6 years or something like that.
You sent her this picture.
I sent her the message immediately. The proof is in the pudding.
I thought that one was based on like a bit like the Christmas pudding type thing, where they would put like a penny in the pudding.
Yeah.
And so the proof is in there. The coin is in there.
I don't know the etymology of the proof of the pudding is in the eating, but I presume it's just like, listen, you'll know the quality of something when you have experienced it.
Yeah, which is another interpretation of it entirely, I guess. But similarly, if you're trying to find the coin that has been put in there and prove it, then you're going to have to eat it, aren't you?
Let me say now, and this has come up before, I'm a big fan of saying the right thing in this situation. So, like, I don't really want to get things wrong because I like to be correct. So, like, learning that it's champ and not chomp is something that I want to say right, so that people who are really pedantic, the people who aren't pedantic won't give a fuck, and the people who are pedantic will be like, yes, you got it right. But the one that came up and has come up a few times is you've got another think coming instead of you've got another thing coming.
Yeah, I think you've talked about this one before,
which I like, and I occasionally say, if that's what you think, you've got another think coming,
and that's the right one.
Well, it's felt that it is, because like after a while somebody went, look, if that's how you feel, you've got another thing coming. And when people started to really isolate what they were saying, somebody just went, why are we saying you've got another thing coming? What thing have you got coming? And then people looked into the etymology of it and just went, if that's what you think, you should think again, i.e. you have literally got another think coming your way.
Yeah, that makes even less sense than the...
You've got another think coming. If that's if your first thought was what you think, you've got another think coming, and saying another think coming, just eventually, you know how words come into, like, if you keep saying something, that's how it works. It is think.
Motion denied. It's not.
But I don't know. Do you not like that? Do it just annoy you?
No, I mean...
You've got another think coming. Think again.
You don't speak like that. Nobody says you've got another think coming.
Yeah, we should, but we could.
It's thought, you cunt.
You got another think coming.
Yeah, that's the worst one, Aletha. I hate I could care less as a bastardization of I couldn't care less.
Yeah, I don't understand that at all.
Yeah, that's just getting it wrong.
Yeah.
Like, I could care less. I'm like,
well,
okay, great.
Like
that means you care a lot then. Wonderful.
That's like, American, isn't it?
It's like a weird double negative.
Where's Ellie when we need her? Ellie, you might say I could care less.
Yeah, it's I couldn't care less.
I couldn't care less.
I look upon my field of fucks and see that it is barren. Like,
I couldn't care less.
In terms of giving a shit, I could not give a shit any less than this possible moment. The other one just doesn't make any sense.
No.
That's quite different to what we're talking about here, like thing versus think, where one is obviously right and the other is stupid.
I kind of like that it's a bit stupid, though. Honestly, it's so... But then sometimes if I want to be a cunt, and often I do, of course, I'll say, you've got another think coming. And then people are like, why did you say that? And I'm like, because think about it, right? Because things are making sense. I very rarely do that because it's too much of a
I mean, I'm surprised you haven't used it because you're very hosty. So I'm surprised you haven't used it in terms of when you see somebody's glasses empty. Like, well, if you think that's it, you got another drink coming.
We should say that.
Yeah, well, you can have that one.
I will. Thank you very much. It's a dog world.
Do people say that?
It's a
dog world.
As opposed to a dog eats dog,
which
world.
is the actual thing.
It's a dog world.
Have you actually heard people say that, Tamsin?
I think she probably has, and it has come up. I think I
hope you stab them in the head immediately because that's not like a misconception.
It's a dog world.
That's just being a dumbass. A dog world.
I've lost a lot of respect for Green Day. What did they? Oh, did they say I could care less?
Probably. Yeah.
Online couldn't stab. Grumble.
Not with that attitude. No. I would have sought them out.
Oh my goodness me.
Liam Neeson style, but like, I don't know who you are, but I will find you and I will kill you.
I have a very specific set of skills. Skills that will be a nightmare for people like you who say dog eat dog world. I will find you.
Right. Come on then.
Oh, is it me again?
Yeah, it's you again.
I've tried every brand of tea bag, and they all taste identical. This is incredible. Well, there's many tea bag options on the market. PG Tips, Brook Bond. I was going to say and many more, but I suddenly realised I knew one. And
Typhoon.
Typhoon.
Yorkshire Tea.
Yeah, I was thinking of Yorkshire Tea. Now I'm at
Did you say
more.
PG Tips?
I did. That was my first one.
Wrong, says Karis. Karis wakes from her slumber. Wrong!
How dare you wake me from this sleep with this bullshit opinion?
Who has woken me from my slumber?
Yeah, right. I don't drink tea. Or that is to say, I don't drink tea very often.
Me neither.
But even in my limited experience of TNT bags, I must say...
TNT bags?
Yeah. TNT! Dynamite!
It's an explosive combination.
It is utter bullshit. Even at the basic level. Of course they taste different. I mean, that's not to say that I have a preference of one tea bag over the other or anything nonsense like that. But to say that they taste the same is just completely not true.
Now, I don't know enough about it. I mean, I would presume they don't taste the same because companies that make different things are going to make things differently. So you'll get different, like, no, burgers taste the same. And
it's a plant at the end of the day. They'll grow differently and have different, environments that they grow in and all that kind of shit. So they will be different.
I mean, I don't drink a lot of tea because when I was in Ashford, our tea was tasting shit, and probably it was a hard water kind of thing, and I hated it. But I basically went off tea and entirely when I was working over breaks, and so I don't really drink a lot of it, although I do like it. But I saw a thing on Facebook or something saying that, like, you're not drinking tea. Tea bags don't have tea leaves in it. They have tea dust in it. Yeah, that's right. You're not even getting the best bits of the tea. Like there's some tea conspiracy from Big Tea.
Conspiracy.
Indeed. And I'm not drinking tea. I didn't really think about it too much, but like, I don't know what the thing about that. And I saw some sort of reel about PG Tips pyramid bag. It was one of these sketch things.
Oh
basically.
Yeah, pyramid bags. They were a thing, weren't they?
And basically, it's a sketch thing where they're talking to it's the owner of the company. They often in these reels they talk to themselves basically, and it's the owner of the company goes, "We've got rid of pyramid bags," and it's like, yeah. So what have we gone back to? It's like square bags, normal bags, like everybody else. I was like, but then that's going to give the impression that pyramid bags were just a gimmick, and we said that they infused the tea better, and that was a better shape. And it's like, I know we said that. And it's like, but now we're going back to the square bags like everybody else. So we're saying that what we've been doing for years was a lie. It's like, we're not saying that. Well, what are we saying? Why aren't we staying with it? Okay, fine, it was a lie. It was a gimmick. And it's like, but now how can anyone trust us ever again at PGT? And it went on like this, and I was really enjoying this stupid fucking thing. It's like, pyramid bags and they have all the advert, if you remember, was like it all swirling around, like pyramid, the shape is the optimal way of like making tea.
Yeah. And it did make sense from like a mathematical science point of view. It's like a normal tea bag is just two bits of like paper.
Yeah,
together,
there's no room for it,
and there's no room in there. And
you can imagine the marketing picture.
But then the pyramid, obviously, the tea bag has room for the water to go through and swash around and that kind of thing. Like it made some kind of sense.
But now they don't do it. It's like going, well, maybe
it didn't make a huge amount of difference.
Really very true.
Yeah. I do remember seeing online in amongst a litany of the younger generation don't know what the fuck came before them type thing.
Yes.
It's like there was a teenager or young adult complaining that they could not get their tea to be strong enough when they made it from a tea bag, and that they had posited that they would like to use multiple tea bags to get a better strength of tea from it, and had asked the internet, put out a call on the internet, is there any kind of any kind of giant mug or pot thing that I can get where I can put loads of tea bags in, make my tea in there, and then just transfer it into my cup or mug. And
the world said,
and the world verbatim 100 times said, yes, it's called a teapot. And it's just
somebody
the way we are now in this world.
And I can't remember the exact wording of this, but I read it on Reddit a few times in various things. I thought this is what you were going to say. So somebody said, top tip, if you want your tea to infuse faster, try boiling water. And then everybody in response said to that, what have you been doing already? Have you been using cold water? And they were like, yeah, is that not how you're meant to do it? And this person had been using just pouring cold water onto their tea, and then just top tip, boiling water, it just makes the whole thing process faster.
I don't know if you've noticed this before, but I've just come up with a massive revelation here. Hot water.
Yeah. And they all went, what have...
I did see a TikTok once, and I'm sure it was, contrived and made up. But it was how to make the perfect cup of tea, and it was just all of the wrong things. So you get the cup, put the tea bag in it, then you pour your milk on top, and then you put water in it from the tap.
Yeah.
And then you put it in the microwave for a minute. And I'm
That's kind of fun.
Yeah, I do think you know what you're doing here.
Yeah.
But still, even as a non-tea drinker, I still feel triggered.
I think the only way to know about... I've tried every brand of tea bag, and they all taste identical. Keris says that's bullshit. Tamsin presumably is another person who loves tea, as far as I kind of believe. Does Tamsin feel that all brands of tea are exactly the same?
Also, there are different types of tea.
Yeah.
I assume they are, imperially saying English tea.
She doesn't drink it. I should have seen that coming, really, I suppose. But they do not taste the same.
Super do not taste the same. Dr. Fruitbat feels very strongly about this.
I'm glad. Dr. Fruitbat often has a very clear opinion.
Oh, yeah, if you do want to...
if you want an opinion, left or right,
there's
on
no
anything...
wishy-washy opinions from Fruitbat. No. It's Fraser is shit.
I was thinking about that because it came up earlier, but I don't know there's ever been a time when I would talk to him and go, I could take it or leave it. Yeah. I think we should have a segment which is Ask Fruitbat. We just ask him something periodically.
We're not really sure. We need a definitive answer. So let's ask Fruitbat.
And then just he'll just tell us one word. And there'll be but then you paint him into a corner in a way because he knows he can't go, well, I kind of like both because that's the point of it. He won't. So then as a result, we say HP sauce or tomato ketchup, Fruitbat. And then he has to say fucking one or the other, basically. You can do that one if you want. If I can take it or leave it, then I don't care and don't talk about it. Yeah. It's not a thing, yeah.
Strong opinions only.
Strong opinions only, strong tea.
Strong opinions, not non-opinions, am I right?
If all tea is not the same, what is the best tea? Because to those people, and I suppose I'm looking at Fruitbat and Keris, if all tea is not the same, what tea is the best? Tomato sauce, HP is fucking Garbo. And so it begins.
Never changed, Dr.
I love it. Tomato sauce. Fuck HP. Fuck HP and its HP ass.
I mean, I agree. HP is fucking Garbo.
I don't think it's Garbo.
It's bad. I don't like it.
Oh, dear.
Sainsbury's Red Label.
Oh, thanks, Will. Sorry, I don't need to not include you.
Is that the tea?
Yeah. Or... Sainsbury's Red Label.
I mean, I think Yorkshire tea is pretty decent.
I mean, I don't drink enough of it to know. I guess I just get PG tips.
Whenever on the internet, an American says, I want the primo tea experience, what tea should I buy? They will often be told Yorkshire tea.
I think I might have to. I don't actually have a favourite. Yeah. Is Keris often this wishy-washy with things?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, hates to make a decision.
Yeah, that's true. Because last night when she was like, I don't want to know. I'm more than happy to provide things. I drink Yorkshire. She drinks Yorkshire. Okay. Yeah. I think I might have to try some. Tea is tea.
Should we do a tea taste test on DGMS next week?
I would do that.
We can do a tea taste test.
Tea taste test.
Yeah, Tamsin, you need to trade this dog book for some tea bags, even though you don't drink tea.
Green tea tastes the same as brown tea.
I think that might be on our list of controversial opinions. I don't think it does.
But instead I find I drink one and go, fuck, that's terrible.
Yeah, the thing is, Karis can't make tea. As a person that drinks tea, she can't make tea. All of her tea is bad. Whereas I, who do not drink tea, make an excellent cup of tea.
Yeah, I make a good cup of tea.
So she pesters me to make her tea.
You know that phrase, like, people, if you don't make a good cup of tea, no one will ever ask you. You know what I'm saying? No one will ever ask you to make a cup of tea.
Let me assure you that I do not.
I felt even in my garbled state that I was going,
blah,
blah. That's how people feel about Karis's tea. But like, I am proud to make good tea, and I will try and make you a good tea. Do you know what? Like,
Jesus didn't spread hate. He made tea.
He probably would make tea.
He probably would. He'd turn tea into more tea.
My mum hates tea, but won't admit it and won't stop drinking it. That's so good. That's what this show is about.
Isn't that like every lager drinker?
Oh, yeah, right?
Like, nobody likes lager.
Nobody likes lager.
You just drink it because you think you have to.
Yeah.
To be a man.
When you got to 16 or 17, you were taught you had to drink it. And when you got to 18, it's like, well, I guess this is my life now. And now everyone fucking does it. Tea into rum.
Yes, thank you, Will. That is the way it should be.
Yeah, that's it. It's like, it takes a teapot and it's just like, and it's just a big speakeasy after that.
It kind of looks the same, without milk in it. Tea and rum, you could struggle to tell them apart if you're just looking at them.
I don't fucking remember what I was talking about, but I
think it was blah blah.
Yeah, I'm good at making tea. So, I remember like somebody would say like builder's tea. Sometimes they'll say, I say, how do you want your tea? And they'll say like, brick red. And I'm like, I thought to myself,
bricks are different colours.
Yeah. But like brick red tea, I do know what they mean, but that colour that's at the top of your tea, the tea, isn't red. But they'll say brick red tea. Do you know what I mean when I say brick red tea? It's kind of like there's a ruddiness to it. It isn't too milky and it isn't too dark. There's a colour. You got to go, and that's what a lot of people really like.
Sainsbury's brick red tea label.
Tea isn't red. I know it's not, but it is red. Yeah. Tea is red.
It is red, but it isn't red.
Isn't red.
Yeah.
But like, if you've got a builder around, I'll make a builder a brick red tea. And they're like, oh, it's a good cup of tea there, mate. And I'm like, I know that. And
that's what they all sound like.
They do sound like
that. It's the builder parlance, if you will.
Yeah. I try and talk to builder and builder. Wherever I can, basically.
Yeah.
For fear that they think I'm an upper class snobby posh twat.
It's like when you're speaking to somebody from a foreign country and you kind of adopt their accent a little bit. Yeah, it's the same with builders.
Yeah. It's not racist. It's not builder racist. I would love it if they came up to me and said, mate, you don't really talk like that. Just talk like you normally talk. And I'd be like, okay, yes. Can you get on with your work, please?
You're right. This interaction has gone on far too long. Could you just do the fucking job, please?
Conclude your job.
I'll go back to watching Netflix.
All right, mate. Knees up, Mother Brown. Strong, white, and 2 sugars. Is that how you want your tea?
No, that's how he wants his man.
Strong, white, and 2 sugars. Duncan, as we've said many occasions, puts in half a sugar extra for everybody. You probably won't do that if you don't have any sugar. But if you ask for sugar, Duncan will put in an extra half a sugar. And everyone loves his tea. And the reason everyone loves his tea is because
it's sweeter than they normally get. Yeah.
Because sugar's great. Everyone's like, that's a really good cup of tea. And they don't know it's because they've been...
That's like tea gaslighting. Duncan is a tea gaslighter.
He is. He's done it for years. He's done it since I used to live with Duncan.
I don't think I'll ever look at Duncan the same way again.
I used to be 2 sugars. I was always like 2 sugar, milk and 2 sugars, milk and 2 sugars. And I knew every time I was getting milk and 2.5 sugars. So I don't know if I ever did this where I go, milk and 1.5 sugars, please, Duncan.
I will. If he ever makes me a tea, which is unlikely because he's never made me a tea and I don't drink tea. But if he ever does, I will say 1.5, just to let him know that I'm fucking onto his gaslighty ass.
I don't think he ever wanted people to know about this. Actually, I think it was his secret was kept quite close to his chest.
It's deplorable behaviour.
Yeah,
king of the gaslighters, Duncan and his sugar.
You wouldn't have expected it from him, but
he wouldn't. No. Right, you ready for another?
Oh, yeah, you better believe it.
It's short and to the point, this one.
Dogs are cunts.
I mean, it's
So it's been said many times, many ways.
It's just as true. Marmalade is Tory jam. I think he likes this one.
It is, though.
Yeah. I'm not sure this one is controversial. I think it's pretty on the nose. Marmalade is Tory jam.
Do you know, when I was first introduced to marmalade, I was like, what is this? As someone as a kid who liked jam, I like jam without any bits in it. I don't want bits in my stuff. And marmalade has these little ribbons of orange in it and zest and rind. Yeah. What the fuck? It's like I look at it and I'm like, you've left some shit in this. Why is it not just orange jam? Like, well, we leave the bits in because we're cunts. So I totally... Marmalade is proper jank. Correct.
Yeah.
Yes, hard agree.
I don't think I've actually met anybody who does like marmalade.
Why
Do
would
any of
you
you
choose...
like marmalade? Tamsin, you probably like marmalade, don't you?
Yeah, of course she does.
Yeah.
She probably doesn't want to admit it because it suggests she's leaning into a kind of like conservative viewpoint. But why would you choose marmalade over jam ever? And this is how I felt and still feel.
Yeah, it's very true. Yeah.
It is yak.
Oh, wow.
Hey! Yards after catch. She's running down with her marmalade after she's caught the marmalade in midair. Hey! And then she, anyway.
And then she catches another marmalade with the other hand. And then another marmalade in the middle. Then she looks dead into the camera and says, "Pick me."
Pick me for marmalade. Don't let Jez meet my mum.
I mean, I do think it would be a terrible idea anyway, based on everything that we've already learned about your mum, Aletha.
I mean, dog and the pooping thing.
I will offend her in 0.3 seconds, I think. So maybe you do want me to meet your mum.
I like bits, but who wants to eat rind? Yeah, I don't get marmalade. Do you know, it's one of these, what I would say, a quintessentially British tradition, which people feel they need to keep doing, and there's lots of them. And this is one of those things where it's like, well, it's just the way we do it. It's a bit like tipping in England and stuff like that. It's just the way we do it. And then sometimes I have a tendency, bad as it is, to lean into the Britishness of some things because I kind of enjoy traditions and things. But then when I'm doing it, I'm like, why am I doing a shit thing just because
the thing is, though, like, I feel like jam, like strawberry jam, is far more British than marmalade is.
Yeah, you might be right about that.
You don't really get it in other countries in the same way.
No, I do like strawberry jam.
I love strawberry jam. But I'm quite happy to have, like, bits in that, like, chunks of strawberry, like, bits of, like, globules of stuff. I don't know what is actually
I wouldn't be against it. I would probably... I think I'm more of a smooth... probably it's more of the child Alex rather than now, but as a kid, I'm like...
The Chalex.
There's always these bits in it, Mum. She's like, well, they do have smooth jam. You can have that instead. And then you go, well, then let's.
Yeah, that is a kid thing. Kids don't want bits.
No.
Yeah. Black currant or bramble are top tier jams. Yeah, I mean, I don't think I discriminate heavily against jam unless it is marmalade.
With bits.
Yeah, bits are good. Yeah, you're never going to get me saying no to black currant or bramble. Like,
do you know, I don't think I've ever really had jam other than raspberry
also known
strawberry.
as blackberry, because you eat the berries, not the fucking bramble bits.
I thought jam was rationed when you were a child, Alex. It's been a long time coming. It was rationed, actually. Jam was rationed. We only had little bits of it, but because I was a kid, my parents would let me have it, because that's the kind of way we were back in those days. They would go without so that I could have some. It's
the Christian way.
It is. It was the Christian way, yeah.
Wash your feet and give you your jam.
They would share it. Sometimes it would be me, and sometimes it was Matthew, and one of us would get the jam. Yeah. We'd go out we'd have to make our own jam in the end because it was just too scarce. So I had to go out collecting blackberries, stomping them with our little child feet. Yeah.
Rapping a little bit, laying down a fat beat.
Yeah.
And saying that's my jam.
And then we take our blackberry feet to the local priest who would wash them for us.
And then they'd play a commercial. Very dramatic commercial.
Yeah. Feet are wrong. Amen.
So I'm not sure that is controversial. I think that is more just saying shit that's true than controversial opinion.
And on the third day, they opened the jam in accordance with the scriptures. And they saw that it was good. And Jesus said, all this tea tastes the fucking same. And people looked at Jesus a bit confused and went, no. Yorkshire tea's better. And then he turned it into rum. And they saw that it was good. Some wonderful anonymous gifts coming in. I think Tamsin got one and Fruitbat just got one. So thank you very much for your continued support of this channel and the stupidity that we bring to it. I want my jam to be easily spreadable one way or another.
I'm going to spread you.
I'm going to spread you. This is pretty strange, actually, now that I think about it. But it is true. It sounds a bit assaulty. But one way or another. I want my jam. I think as a kid, that's what it was. I didn't want to go and hit a bit of strawberry. I'm so glad I got an Alex for Pope in the middle of that. I think that was a well-deserved Alex for Pope.
He was leaning in for
I
Alex
loved
Pope,
it.
yeah,
I just really liked talking that way. Maybe I should write this down, but like, I never wanted to be a priest. I never wanted to be a priest, even though my dad wanted me to be a priest. But I think because there's a charisma? What the fuck is that word? There's a charisma about like standing up there and doing the whole thing and the ritual. I kind of think I'd enjoy doing that bit.
It's charisma, actually.
Charisma Carpenter from Buffy.
Amen to that. No, there is something fun about talking that way. I do see what you're saying.
Do you know what I mean?
Especially if you do the hands thing like that.
On the third day, he rose again.
Like, yay. Step into the house of the Lord and receive his scripture.
Yes.
It is very satisfying to talk like that. And a bit cunty, which,
Each ye of the wafer of the Lord. And on the last day, they all sat in one room, eating wafers. Is this all you've got? Says his disciples. You're going to fucking like it. We'll kill him later, said Peter. What was that, said Jesus? Nothing, said Peter. And ate his wafer.
This is definitely a thing. Like, Alex for Pope definitely has legs, and you just need to do it now. Because it's also timeless. It's not like you
exactly
like
right.
You're trying to think up a comedy set that you're going to be able to take like on the road over a consistent amount of time, and so you don't want anything too current because it will be dated and run out of kind of relevancy.
I've been doing this kind of morning pages thing because I don't really want to do morning pages except there's a lot to unpack in what I'm trying to say, but effectively one of the suggestions when you're writing comedy is just to write, because it takes away your censor and you just write. And in doing that, I've got a lot of bits and pieces. And in doing that, I've been moving away from the Alex Pope bit because I'm not too sure if it's got legs, but I will know if it has after I've done all of it. But lots of great ideas have come out of this free writing. So we'll see how it goes. But I have to write. I'm glad I said that out loud because I quite like that bit now.
And you can go back and
yeah. The feeling that the only reason they ate wafers was because at the Last Supper he hadn't got anything else in and they were all disgruntled is quite a fun bit, I suppose. Where are we anyway? Have you? On number 3.
I think you were probably on your next one. Are you?
You did marmalade as Tory jam, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this is interesting. I mean, I don't really eat this, but let's go for it. The standard tin of tuna provides far too much tuna for a single sandwich, but not enough for 2 sandwiches. Someone needs to speak to John West. Excuse me.
Allow me to assure you that any given tin of tuna provides far too much tuna because any tuna is too much tuna. Fuck tuna.
You don't like tuna either?
Blech.
Yeah, that's how I feel about it. We're not often aligned with food things, so
No.
I suppose about from pizza and stuff. But remember, you did that media studies video where you were letting taking the tuna back to the. So how did you fit? Because when I saw you do that in the video, I thought, oh, you must be okay with opening tuna and stuff. But did you, while you were doing that bit, were you like, this is fucking disgusting?
I let Mike, my co-dickhead in crime, like siphon out the juice because the juice is what creates a lot of the smell.
It should be explained if you don't already know this, and I'm alluding to it, and maybe you know that that Jeremy did a kind of a media studies project at university.
Yeah, when I was at university, because they fucked me over with a shit degree that was missold, I decided to be subversive at every turn and do bullshit instead of the thing that they wanted me to do. And so, in what was supposed to be a very serious project about drawing attention to some kind of cause, my friend and I did a comedy skit in which we spewed the virtues of dolphin-friendly tuna by pretending to be an American and a Scottish conservationist, respectively, that returned tuna from captivity, rescued from John West, back to the sea. But obviously we couldn't get an actual tuna, so the punchline of the whole video was that we opened cans of tuna and forked them back into the sea.
Fork them back, all these like bits of tuna like back into the sea.
It is still on YouTube.
It's a good punchline.
Yeah, and you get to see a young, fresh-faced, very pasty Jez with a bandana,
Forking shit
into the sea.
But the thing about that is that when I saw you do that, I thought, oh, you must be all right with tuna, because that would fucking make me go bleh.
Yeah, no, I did not like it. But also, I
What
was
a
on
pro.
Barry Island. It was very fucking cold, and I couldn't really feel my face, so
It was okay.
it was fine.
It definitely makes enough for 2 sandwiches, says Fruit Bat. Oh, fair enough. I mean, I don't know I don't really know the answer to this, so only people who do it. As far as we're concerned, it makes 2. It says here,
It makes
not enough for 2.
two,
It does make enough for
baby.
2. I make a banging tuna mayo.
No, you don't. Nobody makes a banging tuna
It's impossible.
mayo. Yeah, because it's...
Add a bit of spring onion and it will go further. Yeah, it's like if you add the mayo to, you're making enough to make the spread. Maybe they use massive slices of bread, like tea tray slices. Get in the sea, tuna.
You're fucking right.
Yeah, that might well happen, actually. I bloody hate tuna.
Mm-hmm.
And then some people, when this comes up, man, this is a long segment. There's a lot getting out of it. Some people, when this come up, say, but if you had like a tuna steak, like an actual tuna fish, like rather than in its tunery can form, you probably quite like it if you had a meaty tuna fish.
Yeah, people do say that. In which case, why are you offering me this bullshit in a can if the actual original product is much better?
Yeah.
Why don't they sell tuna steaks?
Yeah. I don't know, man. But I think this standard tin of tuna provides far too much for a single sandwich, but not enough for 2 sandwiches. I think it's been demonstrably proven by people who eat it that you can get 2 sandwiches out of it.
You shouldn't eat tuna.
Yeah.
They do. No, they don't, Tamsin. Don't lie to me. There's no need. It's just fucking rude.
They're extortionate. Look in the fish section.
I don't think I will.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of the fish section.
No, I don't like it either. There's too many fish there.
Yeah, I don't like fish, really.
Looking at you with those cold, dead eyes.
Are you on number 4, which presumably is...
I have only done 2.
Oh, do 3 then.
Okay. I think this might have come up in conversation before.
Okay.
If you name your business, pub, cafe, or restaurant after the street number of the address, then you are a lazy prick. Come up with an original name for a business, or sod off.
I'm with you on this one. We went to a place called Number 35.
That's it.
For Christmas, when we did the Christmas bus crawl.
Yes, that is where it came up.
Went to a nice little cafe, which was lovely. They were lovely. They gave us great food. We enjoyed it. I feel, speaking for everybody, it was some banging scran.
Decent enough. Yeah.
And
well parlanced.
It was called Number 35 because it was at number 35.
Yeah. It was the 35th, You know how street numbers work.
And there's lots of them about. And then while we were sitting there, someone said, I think Carmen said, that in where she lives, there's a number 37.
Yeah.
It is pretty lazy.
It is really fucking
Next
lazy.
to it is there's like Tiny Tim's Tea Shop. And they obviously thought to themselves, I like A Christmas Carol. I like Tiny Tim. We're going to call it Tiny Tim's Tea Shop. And it's twee and interesting, and that's it. But I think if I had a cafe, I would call it something proper like Alex's Cafe at the very least. That's pretty lazy as well.
Yeah, that's a terrible name, but at least that is better than like number 35 or something.
I think what would be good is if you're at number 2, calling it number 76.
That's what Tamsin just
Oh,
said.
did she?
Yeah.
Oh,
Call
sorry.
it a different number. Get people thinking.
Why are you called number 76? Why don't you go fuck yourself? Well, I'm not coming here again.
Reasons not to own a cafe. Number 604. Don't lie, Alex. You'd call it banging scran.
I don't. I might do that.
He probably would.
The Chatterton.
He does love that parlance. Yes.
Chatterton City, where I live. When you see things like that, I kind of want to do the always be chatting thing a bit more. Chatterton City, the Chatterton.
Number 35, Chatterton City. But so you live 74 streets down. Whatever.
And the Pope, don't disagree with me. I'm infallible.
Yeah. So I don't really feel that that's controversial either. I think that's pretty.
That's quite funny, really. It's like it must come up enough times where someone's like, "No, go fuck yourself."
But they do. It happens so many times. And also, what, you don't have any expansion or like anything like that in your plan?
Yeah, right.
You're really painting yourself into a corner
You
if you open a
absolutely are.
restaurant called Number 35 and you're like, yeah, I'd quite like to have a chain of restaurants, really, open like 6 or 7 of them. It's like, right, well, what are you going to call the second one? Shit. Well, I guess we're just going to have to wait for certain properties to become available then before we can expand.
Unless, like, you basically call them all number 35 when they're not at number 35, and then the subsequent ones, people say, why are you called number 35? It's like, well, the first one was at number 35, and then we thought we'd just keep it going because it's kind of cool, and they'd be like...
Which makes it even shitter.
Yeah.
Even shitter than it actually being
Just call
35.
it something nice. Call it a cozy name. You know, a cozy, crumpety tea. You know, like a nice little... cafe name. Don't call it.
Eats, shoots, and leaves.
If you really wanted to eat.
It's a vegetarian restaurant.
I would never open.
And it's also a gun shop.
Yes, that's right.
Eats, shoots, and leaves. Bang, bang.
Bang, bang. Shall I read this last one?
Someone post Jez's tuna vid to Discord, please. I can't find it.
We all want to see it now.
I mean, I'm not sure what you would search. Jez's tuna video.
No, it's a fact. You know how it ends, but it's still worth it.
It is still worth it, yeah. There's also another video on there where the
is that the Christmas one?
Yeah, it is, where they return and take aim at Christmas.
What's the name of your conservationist group? Are you the
so the conservationist group, which will help you to find it, is the Peace Patrol.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah.
Peace Patrol.
Yeah, if you search Peace Patrol versus John East, not John West for legally distinct reasons, then you will find it.
Peace Patrol.
Yeah.
People, we may as well just say what we want now, because everyone's now just going to be furiously
looking for it.
We could just get. We may as well get anything out.
Pull it up and put it on the stream. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we won't.
No.
Would you like to do your last controversial opinion?
With some rare exceptions, every TV program on ITV is aimed at idiots. Wow, that's a big statement. I mean, probably not super untrue, but with some rare exceptions, every TV program on ITV is aimed at idiots, i.e., ITV produces garbage TV for twats.
I would take that one further and say that every TV program produced by the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland is for fucking idiots, because almost exclusively the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland is full of idiots.
There's no reason why you wouldn't look at the demographic you're providing for.
Yeah, who's watching our programs?
Cunts.
What?
Let's make cunt TV shows.
Make programs for cunts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that makes sense, right? Most stuff is shite, a few things are good. Because most people are shite, a few people are good.
Yeah.
This tracks.
Yeah. Like 2% of people are not cunts.
Yeah. It's like, for every Wire, there's a Dexter. You know?
I mean, I like both of those shows, but neither of them were made by ITV or Britain.
I could probably pick a worse one than Dexter. I just watched a bit of it and thought it was shit.
I mean, my most recent example is people celebrating that the British Jeopardy season had come to the end and that Tipping Point was coming back. I don't think that exemplifies how shit we are as a country more than anything else.
What's that? There's a reality TV show where you go on and you're like, and brothers and sisters go on it together, and it's I can't date or relate or something like that. And so like for every
what?
You don't date each other, but you go on a dating show, much like Too Hot to Handle or fucking Love is Blind or whatever like that. But the concept is it's a brother and sister go on there, and it's like, well, my brother knows me best, so he's going to look out for me, and my sister knows me really well.
This isn't better.
Right. Dated and related.
They might as well be fucking each other. It's just as fucking stupid.
So for every Sopranos, there's a dated and related, basically. I love Dexter. Oh, sorry, Vanessa. Hello.
I bet Dated and Related ended better than the Sopranos, though.
I doubt it. I have to say, a lot of people did like Dexter, and it was a lot. Maybe that's unfair of me. I just thought it was a bit crap. 16 single contestants, all sibling pairs, enter a villa in the south of France before going on a series of dates in front of their brothers and sisters. Fuck me. No. There's one called My Mum, Your Dad, or Jesus.
What was that? What was the American one? I watched an episode of it and I was like, no, I'm going to kill myself if I don't turn this off. MILF Manor, that's it. And it was women and their children dating together. Oh, Jesus. I tried, music. And I quite like reality TV, and I really tried, but I'm like, oh my God, this is the cringiest, most basic bullshit I have seen in my life.
Something that keeps getting advertised between NFL, but not at the moment. Obviously, now it's done. Was the farmer wants a wife?
See, I like the look of that.
Farmer, all these farmers, and they want a wife.
It's just a dating show, and they're not related. So have at it.
The hilarious thing about MILF Manor is that it was the subject of a parody like 10 years beforehand on 30 Rock. Yeah, sounds about right.
Women and their sons dating each other's sons. Oh, yeah, that's it. That's even worse than what I described. Yeah, you're right. That is fucking terrible.
I think when I was watching Married at First Sight, and often the mothers would get involved. I've said before, like, the number of times they'll take the daughter will take the husband to see the mother, and then the mother afterwards goes like, I don't like him. Like when Peggy took George to see her parents, and says, oh no, I don't like him. It's like, if that's the case, why do we cut out these fucking 32 episodes? And the first episode is like, here's the person.
Just divorce now.
And just like the mother goes, yeah, go to the mother, yes or no. And the mother goes, no. And it's like, well, we'll fucking stop wasting any time then.
Oh yeah, that was it. After DGMS one day, we raided someone and they were watching MILF Manor. Didn't sound any better secondhand.
I don't know that I want to watch Maths anymore. I have to say, it was quite it was too long, and
it is too long. Yeah,
it's just too many episodes, too much of the same sort of content really pushed out. It's like
it's not even content about the couples most of the time. It's about the group.
Yeah. And I can, like, after a bit of like, Peggy's parents don't like George. Peggy's parents don't like George. Peggy doesn't like what George is doing on stream. Peggy doesn't. I know, I get it. We could have wrapped this up in a third of the time. And I'm the guy that always thinks pacing is correct. And you just fuck Maths. I just don't think I can be bothered with it anymore. It's such a long and, oh my God. Too much.
Aussie one's only 36 apps.
36? What?
Nothing is 36 episodes.
That's 3 fucking seasons.
That's like a lot, most of a year. That's like 2/3 of a year.
It should be 4 seasons. Honestly. When I was watching Love is Blind most recently, I realised they were really adding some fucking, weight, something to make the weight of their fucking, of their show. There was clearly no reason to have it anymore.
That's the thing. I haven't finished watching it yet, but in the most recent season of Love is Blind, only like 3 couples actually went through to the next bit. Like, they actually succeeded.
Oh.
And
that's interesting.
And now Karis won't let me watch it. She's like, well, there's only 3. What's the point? I'm like, well, the 3 of them is probably the point. But...
Yeah. I mean, I guess I probably might, but I think I have to say, in the interest of, it's a zero-sum game, so in the interest of seeing some better shit, I could probably cut out any Maths or any Love is Blind until I've seen some better things. I do like reality TV trash. I do enjoy watching that sort of stuff. So, I guess
I like it as background when I'm doing something else, though.
But like
if I'm going to watch TV, I will actually watch something decent.
Yeah. Like I've been watching The Diplomat, and that is really good, and it's on Netflix, and I really enjoy it. And it's a lot of capable people capabling their way around in a very West Wingy, but better kind of better in a sense of like they're more politically on it rather than a kind of a fun, chilled out group of people who we love. It's not as good as The West Wing, but it's a politically driven show, and it's serious and intense rather than the West Wing, which is more kind of like, hey, these bunch of savvy guys are funny. So I really like The Diplomat. So there is something about I just want to watch decent fucking shit.
Yeah. I just finished watching The Orville. That's my most recent finish.
I really think I need to watch that.
Yeah, it is.
Because I'd watched like 6 episodes.
You like Star Trek?
Yeah.
It is a love letter to Star Trek, basically.
Yeah.
And even if you watch the first few and you didn't really like the kind of comedy aspect of it, it really tapers off quickly, and it's just Star Trek under another name in a different universe.
I really kind of want it.
It's really good.
That is something I probably want to watch.
Like there are a couple of episodes that just touch on some really deep themes that like Star Trek haven't even considered like going and getting into. So no, it's really good. Watch The Orville. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Meanwhile, Harmstone's tripping over himself to incorrectly tell us the number of episodes in Australian MasterChef. It's either 62, 83 or 86.
86?
We'll never know
What's
the
the
answer.
point of having some... What? What, in one season?
Apparently.
That's not a season. Do you know what I mean? By definition, it's like it seems to be a shortened... like a
It's
kind
multiple seasons.
Yeah, it's multiple.
That's like a whole series run.
Fucking hell.
Now, are you ready for it?
Are you ready
My
for this?
controversial opinion.
Go on then.
The controversial opinion that made me go and check the submissions to see if we had any controversial opinions, because I was so keen to share my controversial opinion. And they have been good. So well done, everyone.
It's good. No.
People who don't watch the Super Bowl shouldn't get to see and discuss the commercials, movie trailers, and fun things that were broadcast during it.
So do you find then that people discuss like the State Farm advert or whatever?
I mean, no, I will call it out. Jaeger trying to talk about the Deadpool versus Wolverine thing. I'm like, no. You didn't watch the Super Bowl. You don't get to talk about the trailer that debuted during it. No, not allowed. You either watch the Super Bowl and enjoy the Super Bowl, or you go fuck yourself.
I mean, I don't really give a fuck. I find that people tend to only talk about the Super Bowl, and then they try and talk about the sport, which they haven't bothered to watch during the season, even though I'm like, yeah, you go watch it. And they're like, yeah, I'll try and watch some of that. Watch none of it. Get to the Super Bowl, and then opine about it as if they've watched the season when they haven't. They're like, yeah. I mean, 49ers been good. Oh, Chargers are always good, aren't they? Like, just a random thing. How are those Cowboys doing at the moment and stuff like that? Like, mate, you don't know. You never watched it. Stop talking about the Super Bowl like you watched the season. You didn't watch the season. But yes, that's not the point you're making.
No. You're not allowed to talk about Jesus washing feet unless you saw Jesus washing feet as it happened. It is of the moment. And if you weren't of that moment, go and fuck off that moment.
Somebody did say on one of the Facebook threads that was talking about the Super Bowl, a friend of mine is a 49ers fan, and he was putting some stuff on about it and basically was going on about, it's going to be really great, can't wait, hope we win. And then in the middle of it, someone said, well, I'm only really watching it to see the full trailer for Deadpool versus Wolverine or whatever at halftime. I'm like,
that's acceptable.
You know, and the person...
If you want to watch the Super Bowl just for the ads and the trailers, then by all means do. But you have to actually do it of the time.
Also, and then someone's like, this has been out on YouTube for ages. So you can just watch it. And I think Deadpool's quite a fun thing, but does everyone really care that much? They must see the trailer for that?
Yeah, some people really fucking love Deadpool.
Seems like...
Yeah, I feel like Deadpool jumped the shark during its first movie.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, we get it.
Do we need to see the trailer for Deadpool?
We get it. He's a funny, crass anti-hero. We get it. Okay,
Once
cool.
the trailer for... the trailer for... This feels like it's the third film.
I think it's the third one,
The trailer for, effectively, Deadpool 3 is Deadpool 1. Right? Do you know what I mean? Because Deadpool, the act of watching the film of Deadpool 1 tells you everything you're going to get.
Did you enjoy the things that preceded this? Right, then you're probably going to want to see this one. Yeah.
You don't need a trailer for these.
Do you like Deadpool? How about more Deadpool?
Yeah. No one that's going to see Deadpool 3 is going, well, this is not what I expected. You know? So why do you need a trailer? Just say, it's coming out.
I didn't care for this Deadpool 3. Too much Deadpool.
Yeah. What it should be is just Ryan Reynolds sitting there going, hi guys, I know you like Deadpool, so we're doing another movie. Go watch it, you cunts. And then that'd be it, basically. And everyone would be like...
That is very Ryan Reynolds, actually. That would be consistent.
Yeah, do that. And everyone would be like, oh my God, like blah, blah, blah. It's so Ryan Reynolds, you know, and everyone would be like, and they go watch it.
We get to see Ryan Reynolds as
save
well,
save some fucking time and do that next time. We made a film. You're going to go and see it. So we didn't make a trailer. And that would be, and everyone like, oh man, you remember when they didn't make a trailer? It was really funny.
That would be great, because I fucking hate trailers.
Right?
I hate them. They just ruin the film.
This could work for almost everything that you already know is a given thing. Like another Avengers movie comes out, you're probably going to like Avengers. Yeah. I know that things have gone downhill a bit, but there's certainly, once you know something, you don't need something to have a proof of concept, which is what trailers are, right? Yeah. You know, it's like, you don't need a proof of concept for something you're already bought into.
It's some kind of persuasive element to get you to go and see the movie. Well, yeah, if you've seen the previous ones and you enjoyed them, that is all the persuasion you need.
Yeah. We don't need trailers for established, shows, basically. Whenever consecutive shows.
Or at all.
Yeah.
Sell it in your movie poster. If your movie poster's shit, I'm not going to see it.
Also, I don't want, once I've been sold on a film, I don't want to watch any more of the trailers. So if something starts and it goes, in a world of war, we're doing, I don't know, Dunkirk or something like that, and it's like people needed to get out of Dunkirk, and it's like you watch a few bits of planes.
I mean,
flying
also
over.
films based on like historic
History,
events.
yeah, you probably don't need
like,
that.
we don't need a trailer for that either. Like,
you know what you're going to
this
get.
is a film about Dunkirk. If
Yeah.
you don't know what that is, look it up. Okay,
But like for a better version, a film you don't know anything about, and it starts to go off, and it's like, I don't know, I like a ghost story. So it's like you see all these bits of ghost story, and it's like people are doing this, they're in a mansion, blah blah blah. I'm like, oh, this looks good. As soon as I think, oh, this looks good, I don't want any more trailer because I have been sold. I want to watch your film, and now I don't want any more.
You don't want the spoiler.
Any
to come
more
before you even
information.
get there. Yeah. No.
But going back to your thing,
Yes. Would you like it again so that you can agree with it?
I will agree with it.
People who don't watch the Super Bowl shouldn't get to see and discuss the commercials, movie trailers, and fun things that were broadcast during it.
I agree. Go back yourselves. And if you want to watch stuff next year, feel free to come around and we'll watch it.
Yeah.
I'd love to get more people watching American football.
It is the greatest sport in the world.
And I just want people just to enjoy it and kind of really like it like I like it. And I just don't want to get into conversations where people are going, well, it's just like rugby.
Yeah, basically, we just need to get to a world where people don't say stupid bullshit like, oh, it's just rugby with pads.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't think we're ever really going to get to it. See our comment about 90% of people are cunts.
you just out yourself as a total fucking
Yeah,
moron
yeah,
who doesn't
yeah.
know a single thing they're talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah. That's it. That's exactly it. It's like you have shown your ignorance and now I know to avoid
If it was
you.
even a little bit accurate, I would accept it. But it's like trying to compare playing chess and drafts. It's like they're completely different games. They might happen to be on the same board, but other than that, they are completely
not
different.
the same. That was controversial opinions.
Wasn't it just?
Man, there were loads of controversial opinions.
Loads
I
of-
really enjoyed that.
Yeah. More on that at another time. Right. It is probably time to move to the end, but
Yes.
I know that you very much wanted to put some things directly into the SmackDown Ho-See.
I mean, I can wait.
Can you? I mean, if you can wait, then I'm quite happy
I can wait.
to wait.
I can wait to put things in the sea.
Hmm.
I know that tuna was going to maybe go in the sea because that's going to go over the line because we both don't like it.
Yeah.
And the one I want to put in the sea, I really think is a good one. But I just think that we're at 10 to 10. And we've got several.
Yeah, I've got 3. I don't think I've given you
Oh,
any,
no.
actually. I've got them still on mine. But yes, we have got 3 iters. So we should probably just wrap this shit up. Otherwise, that rice is not going to be shit on its own.
I
is it?
know. It's now a good time to say my understanding of rugby is blokes cuddling a ball on the floor.
I mean, I like rugby to a much lesser degree than American football, but
yeah, I don't care about rugby, so I'll just agree with you.
like even that is a less bullshit, misguided statement than American football is just rugby in pads. So I will allow it on this occasion in the interest of moving the fuck on.
It has been accepted.
Now, on that note, it is time to move into our final segment.
Yes.
Am I the arsehole?
Am I the asshole? No, it's the children who are wrong.
Now then, I have got 3. Would you like to read 2 short ones or 1 long one?
One long one.
1 long one. There you go.
Also, I did 2 last week, so
Oh, there we go then.
that
There we
evens
go.
out, doesn't it?
Okay, and that means that I have got both of the Super Bowl related ones.
Oh, well, that works
To-
out.
to-
Yeah,
to
yeah.
keep
Cool,
it,
cool, 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 cool.
Keep it to a theme. Which one shall I do first? This one. I like this one.
Okay.
You ready, everyone? Gather round. It's story time with Jez again. Am I the arsehole
You are.
for making a promise to my 7-year-old niece that was so ridiculous and improbable, I have a hard time believing she thought it would come through?
Oh, shit.
Now, this isn't a succinct iter. Am I the arsehole for making a promise to my 7-year-old niece that was so ridiculous and improbable, I have a hard time believing she thought I would come through? No surprise, but my niece is a little swifty. When the news of her dating Jackson Kelsey, that's not his name, mate.
Oh, my God.
You are the arsehole. Hit the button.
Jackson Kelsey? Can't you just look up the real name? Just check. What? Oh.
I'll correct them. When the news of her dating Travis Kelsey started to get huge, I told her that if his team made the Super Bowl, I would absolutely get tickets and we would go and see her.
Really? What, her at the go to the Super Bowl?
To see her at the Super Bowl supporting Travis. Yeah. We're going to the Super Bowl to see one spectator up in a box, not the actual game or anything related to it. I mean, it's one way you get to see the Deadpool trailer.
Why would you not just take them to see Taylor Swift at a concert or something, if that's what you like? Seems like a weird thing to do. I'm going to go and take you to see something over there. Different. I don't understand. I'm
going to take you to see a box with a celebrity in it that doesn't know you exist and doesn't care you exist, and you can't even see her. Yeah.
Fucking hell. Yeah, you're the arsehole. Hit the button.
I didn't think anything of it because I'm not a football fan. And I thought she wasn't either.
We know you're not a football fan. You don't know the name of the guy. You didn't tell me you're not a football fan without telling me you're not a football fan.
You didn't even put a capital letter on Swiftie, so you're probably not a Taylor Swift fan either.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I didn't think anything of it because I'm not a football fan. And I thought she wasn't either. I thought she would forget. And even if she didn't, I thought that she would know it wouldn't be worth it, even if we could go, just to see a tiny glimpse of her across a stadium.
I mean, you thought a lot of things after saying something stupid to a child. You fucking idiot.
Maybe next time do the thinking before you open your fucking mouth.
You said something and then, she probably thought that wasn't it. And she knew that wouldn't be it.
I went over to my brother's house for the Super Bowl last night, and my niece refused to talk to me. I had no idea what was going on, and so my sister-in-law explained what was wrong. I tried to explain to my niece that tickets were, at a minimum, $10,000.
And we were never really going to go. I don't know why I said it in the first place.
I should add that we live in North Las Vegas, so she thought we would just get in the car and drive there.
Yeah, she probably did.
Yeah,
and you know why she thought that? It's because you told her that you'd do it.
I tried to explain to her that's not how it works. And she refused to forgive me.
What a fucking dickhead. One does not simply go to the Super Bowl.
I talked to my brother because I figured he wouldn't want his daughter being so disrespectful. He said, "You dug this hole by being a moron. Don't put it on her to fix it for you."
Correct. Good work, brother.
I asked if he was serious. He said, 100%, I brought this all on myself.
Correct.
Am I the arsehole?
Yes. And so say all of us.
Arsehole. Honestly.
In a small moment, what was it we said we needed to ask Ellie about? She's around now. Was there something about American... Was there something controversial opinion?
It was couldn't care less versus could care less.
Ellie, why do people say could care less when it's couldn't care less? Can you explain that?
I mean, we already know the answer. But
people
we're
say...
We're just seeing if you give the correct answer.
If you don't care about something, we say...
Oh, I could care less.
We say... I couldn't care less because I couldn't care. But we believe that Americans say they could care less, which means they could care.
Because people are ignorant fucks. That's the correct answer. Thank you for playing.
Ellie, I have a great amount of respect for you. You don't say I could care less, do you? Please don't tell me that you do. It might be too much for me. Lie to me, Ellie. Lie to me. I could care less. Let's I'm glad I remember because I couldn't remember what it was, but it was annoying me. I do not. Bless you. God bless you, Ellie.
She didn't sneeze, Alex.
Oh yeah.
You only say God bless you when she sneezes.
God bless us, everyone.
Achoo.
At Tiny Tim's Tea Room.
Number 35.
Number 30. Fuck, you know. All right, let me set up a little bit. Microphone.
Does Angela Lansbury have anything to say about that last item?
Oh, yeah. Forgot I brought Angela Lansbury. Multiple pop-ups. Angela Lansbury. This is a fucking arsehole. Man, you get really shrill in your old age.
It's probably because
Angela.
she's dead.
Yeah, she is, yeah. Oh, this is so colourful and beautiful. It should be explained. I can't remember if we talked about this on air or before.
We did not talk about it on air.
Yeah, basically, I've missed Angela too, and because I don't stream in the other studio, this is just sitting on the shelf, so I thought I'd add it to the sofa, and you can always look at her beautiful, sexy, coloured face. Various
He's going to take an axe to the Calax. A Calax. So,
yes.
So he needs somewhere to live, and why not there?
There you go.
Yeah. We get to hear from Angela on a regular
occasionally.
basis.
Am I the arsehole?
Of course. And Angela says so too.
Arsehole! Fucking hell. That's probably not unexpected. Am I the arsehole? Oh, you are. No, we don't do it twice. I know that this is the first time on the fucking couch for you, but can I just say we do it once and then we're all right.
It's not funny the second time,
It's not funny the second time.
You tell me what's funny.
I think we've made a huge mistake adding her to the...
Yeah. She's a massive bed knob and broomstick. Was that her?
It was her.
That's good.
Who the fuck is this?
Oh, this is a good point, actually.
Yeah, we've not met.
Yeah.
What a proper fucking cunt.
I mean, when you're right, you're right.
Made a huge fucking mistake. I'm glad that she's here, though. I'm glad that she's here. Right. That's going to throw me a little bit. Am I the arsehole for not wanting to tell my girlfriend that she caused... What the fuck is wrong with you?
What does it say? I don't remember there being a fuck up in there.
Am I the arsehole for not wanting to tell my girlfriend that she caused unnecessary drama by telling her parents they were eating on a dog bowl? There's a lot of telling in this.
I'm telling you.
Am I the arsehole for not wanting to tell my girlfriend that she caused unnecessary drama by telling her parents they were eating on a dog bowl?
I just had an aneurysm right here on stream. I think that is... Am I the arsehole for not wanting to tell was it in-laws or parents?
Parents. Her parents.
For not wanting to tell her parents that they ate from a dog bowl.
Mm.
Yeah. Am I the arsehole for not wanting to tell my girlfriend's parents that they ate from a dog bowl?
Yeah, something like that.
Right.
Grammarly might want to help you with this sentence. My girlfriend and I have lived together for 1.5 years. Her parents live far away and decided to spend the weekend with us for the first time.
Are you Christopher Walken?
I'm working for the first time.
But that first time.
For the first time. My girlfriend and I, we adopted Marley, a large dog who has a hobby of destroying his food bowls. One day...
Just say like, right, I'm going to eat my food. Bosh!
Boom.
Yeah, another one down. Excellent.
One day when we didn't have time to buy a new bowl, we used a ramen bowl, and in total we have 2 ramen bowls that we kept in reserve until we bought a new one. Just a festa times used. Right.
I would say those certainly were words, but I don't think they were. May I?
Yeah, it's there. What I will say while you're looking at that is that your dog bowl breaking bowls breaks them so frequently you can't work out how to buy a more robust bowl. You haven't worked out how to buy something made of plastic that's really solid.
I got nothing.
All right, let's move along. We never used it for something else. We got it as a gift from a relative of mine, so it didn't make any difference. And we left it on a shelf below that you have to bend down to get to. And even then, it's not that visible looking from above. Oh my God. What the fuck are you writing? What's wrong with you? What is this? We never had a problem with someone taking it. All right, mate. On Saturday night, I had a health problem. I'm fucking having a health problem reading your shit.
Was it an aneurysm?
Yeah.
That would explain what's
I had
going
a
on
health
here.
problem. That meant I needed to go to hospital. And my girlfriend went to help me. We told my in-laws to feel comfortable.
Feel comfortable.
Just off to the hospital.
Going to have my kidney out. See you later.
2.5 hours later. Fucking hell, that's pretty fast considering. We came back and found my in-laws eating soup from these bowls. This means that they tinkered until they found this bowl, as there are other deep dish options within easy reach. They didn't notice anything or said, the bowls are washed normally. My girlfriend pulled me aside and said, we should tell them it's Marley's bowl. I said no, because it's better to leave it alone, and sometimes it's good to be ignorant. That famous parable. The parable of the dog bowl and the ignorant man. Sometimes it's better to leave the bowl aside, for the Lord said, it is better not to eat from the dog of heaven than to tell of the bowl of lie. Amen. It's better to be good to be ignorant instead of knowing the truth, and they didn't notice and were already at the end of the soup. She insisted. And well, when they found out, my mother-in-law vomited and my father-in-law said he had nausea.
Oh, get a grip.
I mean, I've got nausea just reading this shit. Basically, they stayed all night complaining that the food was contaminated and it was stressful all day.
Well, you fucking made the food, so who...
Amen. God bless you.
That's you.
When they left, still complaining about this thing, I told my girlfriend that this was an unnecessary drama and they were completely normal eating the soup without knowing it and mostly likely felt sick because of the truth. The truth will make you sick. And not because of contaminated food. I said it was psychosomatic.
How do you know the word psychosomatic after writing this?
It's like I said it just so you say that.
Okay, right.
I swear they were normal.
I swear.
Until she said that was Marley's bowl. Yeah, that sounds like a classic thing. It's like the moment you reveal that, oh my God, I knew there was something wrong. She doesn't agree. She said that they had the right to know, and this is not correct to hide. Am I the arsehole? I feel you are the arsehole.
I don't even know because I'm very confused. What was their stance? That they shouldn't tell them?
Basically, he said, don't tell them.
Yeah.
And she said, they have a right to know. There's always someone that feels they need to explain and give everyone all this information. They don't have a right to know. Just fucking leave it. So she went, they have a right to know. Mum and Dad, you just ate out of the dog's bowl. And they were like, now I feel ill.
I mean, it's a bowl is a bowl is a bowl.
It was cleaned.
Is a bowl. It was clean. It was in the cupboard. It's no different from eating from an actual ramen bowl that has never been touched by a dog. And this is coming from a person that fucking hates dogs.
If it was washed, then who cares?
I mean, I wouldn't want to eat from the same bowl as an animal, but if it happened by accident and it was a clean bowl, then it's like, oh, well, that was silly, wasn't it? Never mind.
Yeah.
I'll make sure I pick a better bowl next time.
But this
Freaking
is the kind
out about contamination. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Bleh. Can't.
This is the thing. It's this moment where you're like, oh, well, it must still have the remnants of it. But if that's the case, why do you eat off any plates at all that you previously washed with all the remnants of all the old food that somebody else...
If the dog bowl was dirty, all of your dishes
are dirty. So why doesn't everything as like, oh, well, that stuff we ate from 1973, blah, 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 you know, it's... Oh, God, I can't imagine it. Fucking get a grip. If it was a litter tray...
then it probably wouldn't have been in the cupboard, to be fair.
No.
I need a spare litter tray because my cat fucking loves destroying litter trays. So we use a ramen bowl.
I think I understand the opening sentence a little bit more now. It says, am I the arsehole for not wanting to tell and tell my girlfriend that she caused unnecessary drama? So let's say, I didn't want to tell and tell my girlfriend, but like, you don't need to write it like that.
Yeah, I don't think it matters what the actual question is because I think the true answer is everybody sucks here.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Yeah.
You can't write or speak or
do
allocute
anything
in any way. Your girlfriend didn't need to tell anyone and is a moron. And the parents are the biggest morons for freaking out.
Overreacting and vomiting when they were fine, really.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everyone sucks. Yeah.
Let's hit that button. Everyone, literally everyone sucks here.
Ellie says, I do not like eating out of a bowl that I know that our cat ate out of, even after it's been through the wash.
And that's fair enough. I don't eat out of my cat's bowls either.
No.
But if it happened by accident, I don't think I'd freak the fuck out and like throw everything up and then complain about it all day. And I don't think you would either, if I may speak for you. I think you'd be like, no, don't like that, and then you just move on.
Yes, that's true. Yeah. You got one final iter.
One final iter.
And we'll peace out.
Am I the arsehole?
I
knew that was coming. Am I the arsehole for leaving my sister-in-law's baby shower for a Super Bowl party?
No. Case closed.
Thank you very much.
See you later.
Good night.
Carry on.
Am I the arsehole for leaving my sister-in-law's party for a baby shower? Let's try that again. I had a stroke based on the last letter. Am I the arsehole for leaving my sister-in-law's baby shower for a Super Bowl party? I, 20-something F, should probably know how old you are, but okay, have been hosting large Super Bowl parties my entire life.
Wow.
It started as an annual tradition with my parents, and with them getting older and downsizing, my husband and I have taken on the hosting of this event.
Nice. Sounds good.
This year, my pregnant sister-in-law, parentheses, husband's sister, is expecting her first child and will be hosting her baby shower during the big game.
Incorrect. What's wrong with you?
Sister-in-law has openly admitted in the past that she enjoys hosting her celebrations on major holidays, long weekends, etc. to, quote, see who really cares.
Oh, fuck off.
I never received an actual invitation to her baby shower.
Okay, then.
Instead, I received a text at 11:30 p.m. 3 days prior to the shower from sister-in-law's husband asking if I was attending.
See.
I explained to him I never received an invite, but of course I would be there if he provided the details. I then received a text from sister-in-law's husband's mom with no actual day or time of the event, rather just a link to the gift registry.
I mean, even if you, by the way, can I just break in to say, even if you got a fucking invite, gold leaf, sent to you by a fucking butler who drove over there and handed it to you, you still wouldn't go. So all this kind of paraphernalia, much as I like it, you're building a case, Ally McBeal, you know, the bottom line is you were never going to fucking do a thing that you didn't want to do. So, like, let's cut to the fucking chase. I agree with you. Anyway, sorry, carry on.
I immediately bought and sent my gift. After chatting with my husband and in-laws, I finally received the details of the baby shower.
Okay.
The event is scheduled to begin around 4:30 on Super Bowl Sunday.
Fuck you.
At a restaurant about 40 minutes from my home.
Okay.
I had mentioned to my husband I was planning on stopping in on the shower for maybe an hour and then hurrying back home to begin hosting our Super Bowl party.
Sounds perfectly reasonable.
Which would be over 25 people who plan to arrive by 4.
By the way, I know we're not done with this, but there's no way you're the arsehole here. An hour, the shower, how long does the shower last? You're going to be there for an hour? That's really nice amount of time. You could give 20 minutes and still be fine.
A baby hour.
A baby hour. How long does a baby shower last? 2 hours? I don't know.
I literally couldn't tell you.
You sit around, you get the presents, you talk about the baby, and then you stop. What the fuck?
I mean, this is all without pointing out the obvious fact that baby showers are fucking stupid anyway.
Yeah. Aside from the fact it could have been any time, you could have done it whenever you wanted, aside from your prerequisite to make sure that you can be as cunty as possible. But anyway, yeah, I've got 25 people coming to a party that happens every year. You know it happens. I've got a commitment. I have a commitment! Anyway. Sorry.
Somebody needs to be committed about this whole issue. Who planned to arrive by 4? I did not think this would be an issue, considering I've already bought and sent my gift.
Yes.
And I would still be attending, just not the whole party.
Yeah.
Well, this has caused quite the feud between my husband and I.
Really?
As he thinks I'm being disrespectful.
No.
He thinks I'm being disrespectful by just getting up and leaving. For the record, I'm not very close with my sister-in-law, and we tend to distance ourselves most of the time.
But you have to leave at some point. So you're telling me that everyone that's attending the shower, say it's 3 hours, needs to be there from the beginning at 3 o'clock and end at 6 and leave at 6 o'clock, and anyone that leaves a minute earlier is disrespectful.
I mean, I think based on the earlier information of her being an arsehole and checking see who cares, she has probably deliberately planned for her baby shower to last at least an hour into the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So this is just
the classic DGMS response. Dump that husband right now.
Yeah.
Throw the whole man away.
Fuck the husband. Fuck the sister-in-law, for sure. I mean, someone did. That's how we got into this mess. And fuck baby showers. Does that about cover it?
I concur.
Yeah. I mean, how would you feel if, let's say, Hannah was pregnant, was having a baby shower, and asked you to come on Super Bowl Sunday? I mean, it's different here because it doesn't kick off until 11:30 p.m.
Yeah.
But let's say, for example, that Hannah's baby shower started at midnight.
Yes.
Would you go?
No. I wouldn't even send her a present. I don't give a shit about that. Babies can,
Baby's gonna baby.
Baby's gonna baby. They'll outgrow it. Who gives a shit? The fact she plans things during holidays, she was committed, is the worst part.
It is so cunty.
It's super cunty. You're a cunt doing cunty things. You don't deserve to have anyone treat you with respect.
Play cunty games, win cunty prizes.
Yeah.
Chat cunt, get cunt.
Yes.
Can I say cunt a few more times?
Cunt.
Is there any other way
You're
of saying?
being a twat.
Yeah.
You don't deserve nice things and nice people.
No. And I think she's been more than reasonable, despite
Super reasonable.
the many cunty barriers you have put in her
I'm
path.
not close to you, but I'm going to buy you a present and attend for a small amount of time. Which, by the way, we've all gone to parties. We've gone for a little bit of it. Not everyone is going for the whole thing. Can you imagine this situation where, like I say, they're going like, you have to be there for the whole time?
I mean, if you're that offended, go to your sister-in-law's Super Bowl party and leave during the first quarter. That'll fucking show her,
Yeah.
won't it? Oh, she only came to my baby shower for 20 minutes. I'm going to come and leave straight after the first touchdown.
We do a thing.
That'll show her.
This is so stupid. But what's the question that you're going to say? Am I the arsehole for like basically leaving? Or
Am I the arsehole for being a cunt? No, that's not it. Am I the arsehole for leaving my sister-in-law's baby shower for a Super Bowl party?
No, you are not the arsehole. No. And so say all of us.
Especially because it was your Super Bowl party.
Yeah. Am I the arsehole for doing the thing I plan every year that shitloads of people come to, is a really big deal? No, you're not.
Would I be the arsehole for abandoning my guests while I go to a baby shower I don't want to go to?
And I was barely invited to.
Yeah.
Like, what kind of thing would it need to be to not do the Super Bowl? Because the thing is, no one's really going to book, like, say, a wedding. Do you know
No, well,
what I mean?
that's the thing.
It's a Sunday afternoon.
You know when the Super Bowl is, and no reasonable organization is
It's
going to
such
do
a
anything for
cunty
you
thing
for the
to
Super Bowl
do.
because they're already catering Super Bowl parties and they're hosting Super Bowl parties.
Nobody was coming to your party.
Just don't book things on Super Bowl Sunday.
What's
It's a
wrong
dumb
with you?
idea.
Oh God, I think we may have squeezed the all of the juice out of this one.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Hi everyone, just made it in time for the end. I love it. It's like rushing in at the last minute. It's like, have I missed anything? Everything. What? Good night.
What day is it?
Welcome in, Mike.
We've just finished the ITers. Good, then I haven't missed it.
What day is this?
Yeah.
God bless us, everyone. Magic tonight.
I mean, I would describe our show as magic. Actually, yeah, magic has taken place tonight.
What kind of magic deck did you have, Mike? Just have to watch it on YouTube. Feel free.
That's where it is.
Definitely.
You watch it on YouTube, watch it on Facebook, watch it on Twitter, or watch it on Twitch.
Well, I want to hear
where they are.
Red deck. Red deck wins.
Red Deck Redemption.
You put a load. Oh, that's a good name for a magic deck. Actually, I might have to make a red deck
Patent pending.
and call it Red Deck Redemption. Pioneer, blue, white, second sun.
Those certainly are words.
Well, I know all of the words, but I only know 3 of them. I don't know what second sun is. That's probably a card.
It's not the first sun.
Mm.
It's the second one.
It's going to be a kind of
I hope I
control-y
cleared
thing,
it
I
up.
suspect.
Well,
Right.
good show.
Good show, yes.
However, you've got some things to eat.
I do.
I might find something to eat as well. I do like eating.
Yeah.
And we'll be back next week.
Yes, and
Do we want to tell them the plans? Because that would be quite fun, actually.
What, the plan to not go... Yeah. Yeah, next week I have a work call at 10 p.m.
Which is 15 minutes ago for those who are watching after the fact.
So I can't... Once we've done this, we need to promptly end. And finishing at 10 is not good because the call starts at 10. So I probably need to...
About 10 to?
Yeah, 10 to.
Yeah.
So next week, we're going to have to wrap up fast.
Finish a tight 10 minutes before the
like
end of the
Tim
show.
would tell us.
Yeah. So bear that in mind.
Yeah.
That you're going to have to keep us to time next week.
Yeah.
Still.
Go back to Tuesdays.
Go back to Tuesdays, motherfucker!
Yeah. In very briefly evaluating our move to Mondays, I think it's much better than Tuesdays.
We get more people in.
We get more people in. We have more fun. There's less soccer on.
Yeah. It's just, it feels better. It's
yeah.
felt better. Sorry that we're...
Yeah.
No, Jez! Man!
Literally the only drawback, Mike, is the fact that you have magic. We haven't found any other negative thing.
I'm really
that is
sorry.
the only negative thing. So very sorry. As much as we want you here.
I love Mike's he's chosen violence tonight.
Yeah.
He's written... No! Jez! Shut
But
up!
honestly,
It clashes with magic!
there have been There have been no other drawbacks.
Miss you too, mate.
Yeah, we want you here, so you're going to have to find a way around it.
I don't know what
around
to say,
the Monday,
but I'm glad you're playing
less.
Magic.
Yeah.
Where are you playing it in Ashford? I would really love to play some Magic. I haven't played for ages.
Well, it's not going to happen now.
Yeah,
Not on this Monday.
Not on this Monday. I have to play. I have to go up to Canterbury and play on a Wednesday. Anyway, enough day talk. God bless you, everyone, and go fuck yourself.
He washed feet.
Fuck, shit, store.